Yeah.
Episode 70 is live. Welcome to the Blueprint Podcast, episode 70, 30 away from 100. I'm your host, T. Welcome back to the Blueprint. Feels like it's been a long time, but it hasn't. Next to me, we got Royal from the World Your Podcast, coming in to support as usual, man. How you doing today?
I'm great.
Down over there, we got a returning guest. With the
Hey.
fro and with the fro out. Man, I love to see it, dog. This is
Retired crash out.
my dog T, man. What's going on? Where you
What's
been at?
up? Man, I've been around the way, around the way.
Free T,
Type
yo.
shit, type shit.
Bring it on.
And at the bottom from the throwdown, just had an episode a couple days ago, man. 4 letters, one word. Yeet. Brandon from the block. What's going on, cuz?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Oh shit.
You always make the introductions. Let's make the outros this week.
Oh shit, she clocking shit.
In the
Royal,
center,
you
we got the co-host, fresh off the Grand National Tour. You know what I'm saying? Just came out of it, man. YKTS culture in the building. What's going on, man?
I can't take you serious. Oh my gosh, man.
He said,
Y'all
hi.
funny.
Say no, I'm
Y'all funny.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He said, hi. Oh, my God. And next to culture, he doesn't look familiar because he never has his camera on. But
Yeah.
today, he finally
Yeah.
has it on. Mo 300 is in the building. In the
Mo Honey.
flesh.
The Don.
What's going on?
Shout out to my nigga
Right.
Josh Webb, man.
TV, now
Shout out
Mo.
to the Cardinals, man.
Now Mo. Now
Super
Mo.
Bowl boys. Super
The
Bowl
sports podcast was yesterday. You keep that
Mm.
energy away from here.
boys. No, too late. He's a part of the pod.
At the bottom,
Jesus Christ, Mitch.
the one and only Mariah Carey stan. You know what I'm
Birth
saying?
son, birth child.
R&B connoisseur. Dog lover. As you can see, our guy Nate Dogg made an appearance.
We got
Yes,
Nate
sir.
here. He don't show up usually. Iced out,
Nah,
you
you
know.
really named your dog after Nate Dogg is crazy.
That's,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Warren,
Nate Dogg,
too.
and then my other one was Warren.
that's pretty tough though. That's tough.
Everybody got
My
their
guy-
dogs on stream. I should
My
get
guy
mine.
Abe in the building, man. What's going on?
Yeah. Yo.
All right,
Mr. Lincoln.
so today's episode is gonna be half chill, other half might be crash outs. We don't know
Uh-oh.
yet. We don't know yet, but we're gonna start off with the chill side. So, first topic is I want to get this answer from y'all. So, what song or songs, be one or more than one, that were before your time that you wish you were around for to see the impact of it?
Well, we start from the top of the bottom.
Start from the bottom. So, Abe, you go first.
Song that I wish I was around for. I'm gonna say anything from Marvin Gaye,
Mm.
and then I'm gonna say, damn, anything from Marvin Gaye easily, and then I'm gonna say probably I want to go group here. I'm gonna say probably Isley Brothers. Anything from the Isley Brothers.
Cooking.
W. Mo.
Same thing. I'm not gonna lie. Specific song. I'll probably say "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" because we
Uh,
obviously see from how big of a song. I mean, like how much of a cultural standing it's had, still getting played 60 years later. But I would love to see like how big it was for a time and how it really got to that point of being there. I would have loved to seen that. Either that or I'm not gonna lie. I would have loved to have been there when Hit 'Em Up dropped.
Yes.
Just
Oof.
like the energy that was all surrounded it. Everybody know the tension between two, just like the
Mm.
whole East and West Coast beef. But that was kind of like the pinnacle of it. And plus, Tupac is one of my favorite artists of all time. I would have loved to see
all knowledge,
just
all knowledge.
just living through that experience in it. So those probably be my two songs.
Okay. Culture.
Yeah, I was gonna say either hit them up or like real motherfucking G's, man. That's like one of my favorite diss songs. Like whenever that West Coast, that beef is, but that little what Dre, Easy E beef. That I want to see. I want to see that.
telling you.
Like,
Real motherfucking
was
G's is a
calm.
top 2 diss track of all time. I always
and then
stand
another
with
one.
it.
And then another one. When Andre well, not really what a song, but when Andre, Source Award, South got something to say. I wanted to see how the South was changing. I wanted to like see that in the late '90s or whatever.
Mm.
I want to see that.
Ace. Not everybody want to have their camera up when I'm not there.
Ah,
There's always next week. There's always next week. Brandon, what you got?
Um, I had it, then I just lost it. That's crazy. MJ when MJ dropped Beat It,
Thriller.
Thriller, yeah,
Mm.
one of them two. I wish I was there for that so I could see like how big it was. Like I know it was big. Like I just want to see it like in
Mm-hmm.
person.
Experience it.
Yeah. I know I was 2 years old. I wanted to see what Mini Man when I was old. If I was older
Oof. Let me
when Mini
tell
Man
you.
dropped,
Woo,
yeah,
fuck.
To be
Shit was
around for the
crazy.
peak of 50 was probably insane. I was just being born.
Listen,
So I didn't even
listen,
get to really see for it.
yeah.
listen. It was so serious. I was writing G Unit on my fucking textbooks, on my journals at sixth grade. All my reports were about 50 Cent. It was so bad. My teacher had to call my mom in for one-on-one, and she said, "Your son has a problem. All he does is talk about 50 Cent, writes about 50 Cent, 50 Cent this, 50 Cent that." It was peak 50. I don't there you couldn't get away from it. You could not get
I
away
could
from
just
it.
imagine. I could imagine little Abraham writing on his paper.
I
50
literally sent
Cent
this
is,
I sent
he
an
was like,
assignment.
50 Cent is a metaphor for change! Exclamation
Nah,
point.
because we had a topic about bullying, and I said, "Oh, if I got bullied, I get 50 Cent. G Unit, we stomp the guys out. This, and that." That's when it all started. That's when she's like, "All
Oh,
right, this is an issue." I'm like, "It is what it is at this point."
You must have had the
oh no,
videos on you
another
too.
one. My fault. My fault. Not meaning to
Yeah.
cut nobody off. Another one. I would have been there. Doesn't matter the song, but for PG, when they were banning Jeezy shirts
Oh,
from schools,
I was there too.
I would have
I
loved
was
to
there
see that,
too.
bro. I'm not gonna
You are
lie.
not allowed to wear no snowman. Nothing. Nothing. You
damn,
get
so
not
that
you
shit
not
was
even you
really
get
real.
suspended. You'd get suspended.
Mm.
It was up there with wearing. I don't know because I don't know where y'all go to school, but it was like up there with wearing colors. You weren't allowed to wear
Oh
blue,
yeah, yeah,
red,
yeah, yeah.
or the
Right.
snowman shirt.
In the
Mm.
Midwest, you couldn't wear colors for a long time.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
T. Oh, go
One
ahead,
more.
Brandon.
Um, R. Kelly, bump and grind. Boy,
You freaky ass nigga.
Mm.
Wait, Brandon,
You freak bull ass nigga.
Brandon,
That
did
nigga
you
just
just
had
say
to say that.
Brandon?
You
Did
just
you just
had to
say
get it
free R.
out there.
Kelly? Did you say free R. Kelly?
Oh, whoa.
you know me, free to go.
Oh,
Free to go.
Shit.
what's
Nah,
Okay.
going
but
on?
Okay.
Yeah,
How
go ahead,
could
T.
it
Go ahead.
work? How could
Go
I
ahead.
get
Go ahead, T.
paid?
Go ahead. Go ahead, T. You good?
Yeah, they crashing,
Oh,
yo.
it's the first one. Y'all know what I'm about to say. I
What, Kid
definitely
Cudi?
experienced that Kid Cudi and Kanye and all just all of that. I want to experience that so
Damn,
bad.
y'all
W, W.
young. I was there for
I
that too.
swear. And
Cuddy
then I
Peak
also
was
want
crazy.
to. I want
Cuddy
to.
Peak was crazy.
Yes, his concerts used to be lit as fuck. So
Mm.
I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Bring back Kanye.
I also say like Nick type era. I want it to be in that era, like with Trina, Trick Daddy,
Uh,
ooh,
Kaya. When the females was really be getting more hype. You know what I'm saying? Like
late
I
90s.
want to be.
She
Yeah.
want to be around that ratchet shit.
Mm.
mm-hmm.
The OG Ratchets.
Oh
You
Trina
God.
was
feel
the
me? The
ri-
real, the
Trina.
real, the
Trina was the original. She was saying some crazy shit. Talk about Nan.
like the sun.
That's crazy. Royal, what you got?
Oh,
Um, I think the first one I would say is just Michael Jackson, period. Just, but not for the like reasons of because I think his songs are amazing and they had an amazing impact. I mean, I think they did. But yeah, I mean, y'all know how I feel about Michael Jackson. And I think it's partly just because I love concerts. I love going to concerts. I've seen like Beyonce do it live. Like I've seen, Chris Brown do it live. I've seen Usher do it live. I think because I haven't seen Michael do it live, even though I've seen the videos, like I need to be there to feel the presence and the energy of
Uh,
like the people fainting like on sight of him. Like for me, I'm
uh,
just like, okay, those people are overreacting, right? Like I think it's just because I'm like removed from it, not taking anything away from his stardom. I'm just saying like because Beyonce is my era, like it's not crazy to ever compare those people. And I think that maybe if I was around when he was performing and I was like if I could go see him perform, it wouldn't be a crazy take to me. Like that Michael is obviously better.
Yeah.
Hey, another one that I mentioned, Easy E. I want to go back to when they perform "Fuck the Police." I gotta
Oh,
see
you
that.
talking about in
Yeah,
Detroit when they got the?
That was in the,
I
that
thought
was
it was
yeah, that was at
specifically in
even
Detroit.
Detroit
either Detroit
when
or
that
just
show
when
got
that song
raided.
dropped in general. Like I
Yeah.
like going back
When they
to when
weren't
that
supposed to
song.
and they did it.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that song was crazy.
Yeah, because that
Um,
was like that did start a whole cultural thing where they had to
cruising
go.
down the street on my 6'4".
Um, and then just being from New York, the whole when 50 Cent dropped Get Rich or Die Trying, like period, like
Uh,
I would have loved to be around for that. And then also Ether. Like I think
good.
that
Ether was
like
crazy.
I would have loved, especially because like Nas has definitely had his fan base. He definitely like I'm not gonna take anything away from Nas, but like Jay-Z had such a strong hold on New York and like what New York was like just to come out like with Ether and like body Jay-Z. Like I would have loved to be around for that. Like
And to
yeah.
think that freaking Stillmatic only dropped 2 weeks. I mean, it was like 2 months after he dropped the Blueprint,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and it was
Stillmatic
crazy. And
dropped
it was
in, I
because
think,
like I think
in
Nas's
December.
last project up to that point was like Nostradamus, and that was like 2 years prior,
Yeah,
and
in
that was
'99.
viewed as like a damn stinker. So not only make it in such a short stint of time, but ended up being it was kind of like it ended up saving Nas's ass if you really think about it. Not even just because a lot of people, oh, that's a big bitch, but a lot of people are really, I feel, really understand like the magnitude of that beef. They'll be like, oh, it only really did what it did because he was beefing with Jay Z. I'm like, no, like this was kind of like a comeback era for Nas because he was like, oh, the whole King of New York, and Nas was like, oh, like what you talking about, this and that, the third. Jay Z came out in Blueprint, and not only was that view kind of like an instant classic, produced entirely by Kanye, but he went out sending shots at everybody,
mm-hmm.
sending shots at everybody, and to make a rebuttal, not even just that in a song, but within an entire album. And I'm not saying I don't think it's better than the Blueprint, but it really did held its own, and you could clearly see now it really stood the test of time. That is one of the biggest rebounds in the history of the game. I would have loved to have been there for that entire experience as well.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay. Um, I have two. Uh, with the first one for me personally, I want to go back in time and just be around when Crazy Sexy Cool dropped, and I just wanted to see like the rise of TLC after that album had came out because like
Mm.
now we know them as the biggest American girl group ever, and like
That shit was big.
everybody they inspired, everybody they touched. I want to like actually see that. That would have been dope to see because that's my favorite group of all time. So I would love to like actually see that live. That would have been lit. My other one would be just this era period. I just want to see Michael Jackson's Dangerous era live because that I think that's his best era and his best tour. The best tour he's
Oh,
ever done was his Dangerous tour. Some people might feel different about that, but actually watching those shows and watching what Dangerous did because he was already established as the king of pop. And then when Dangerous came out, that was around the time where like the new Jack Swing and the version R&B was coming out and popping around that time. And for him to excel at that and make a timeless album, I think that's his best album. But make a timeless album out of that, I mean, it was insane. I would love to actually see that. So those are my two. So all right, now we getting down to business. It's
oh,
time. So this is what we're doing. We're gonna play a mini game. So I don't know if any of y'all ever watched like an actual, presidential debate or anything, but
Hmm.
this is what we're gonna do.
You
I
just think we're not involved in politics, like you think we're like illiterate, like not conscious black people. Like I just like you think we're not aware
I
of our
don't
like
I
country's
look
political
I'm
state.
not myself. I swear I'm not myself. But I just didn't want to like to jump the gun a little bit. But I'm gonna um spin three wheels, and I'm gonna give you guys a decade, a genre, and an opponent.
Let me
So
go first. I volunteer to go first. I
I'm
don't
gonna
care.
give you. Oh, Brandon wants to start. Okay, so I'm gonna give.
Yeah, I volunteer. Get
I'm gonna
mine
give
over
y'all.
with.
I'm gonna give y'all an opponent first. I'm gonna give y'all a decade, and then y'all genre, and you guys
I'll
have a
go first
debate.
too.
Oh, so Brandon versus Royal first, then. Okay.
There you
All
go.
right.
Well,
So
She know what she doing, dog.
Right.
She
yeah,
know what she doing.
yeah. It's crazy, Mo.
She just bro.
all
She
right,
she think
but
you easy pickings, dog.
what
Wash her ass, nigga.
but what
Oh
we're
God,
gonna
wash
do
her, Brandon.
is you guys
Wash
are
her.
gonna get a decade, a genre, and an opponent, and you guys are gonna debate what song in that genre and in that decade is the best, and you guys have a minute to give your reasoning. If you do not have a
Okay.
counter, you are out.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
So Brandon and Royal volunteered to start first, so we're just gonna skip that wheel, and we're
Robo
gonna give y'all
Reggie.
your decade, and y'all decade is the 2010s,
Damn.
Ugh.
Yikes.
We
Randy.
clutching up. We clutching up.
and your genre is pop. So in your
Oh,
Oh, this nigga done.
Well, we
so
that was
lost. I
that was
lost.
a
Oh, this
home
nigga done.
run.
I
well in
lost.
so in
Go
y'all
ahead.
eyes,
You go first, Brandon. You volunteered first. You go ahead.
so
I
in your
lost.
Brandon, come on, you got to clutch up, man. You got. Come on now,
Brandon, you gotta
Ain't
clutch
no
up,
Brandon.
please,
Brandon, you
Brando.
know you got a
Oh,
pop
pop,
song,
bro.
man.
Brandon, how many
Oh wait,
debates you were
wait, is
sitting
this
here
song
with
an
the real
album?
pop heads, nigga? You had to grasp something. You had
in
to
your
grasp something.
eyes. Now, Brandon, this ain't got to be. What the public say. This is what you say. You're defending this. You're standing
Right,
10 toes
it's
behind
because
this.
you have to defend it. You have to defend it.
In your eyes,
Exactly. If
in
your shit is Gangnam Style, defend that shit with your life, nigga.
in your eyes, you have 1 minute. In your eyes, what is the greatest pop song of the 2010s?
I gotta freaking think, bro.
That's easy.
It is. I swear to this day.
Crash out
I
though, Brandon.
honestly, fuck, I'm my years is getting mixed
Not
up,
so
but it's
being
okay.
I
somebody.
gotta
I
think,
feel
bro.
like I
She told
like
Brandon
I
to go
have
first, so
I
shit.
have one. I know I have one, but I don't know if he
I'm
came out
a.
on the 2010s. So I have like some backups.
So let
But
me
I
know
feel
when
like
you
my first one
I'm
is
a.
the
I'm a.
strongest
I'm gonna
one.
say.
let me know when you're ready. I'll start the timer.
I'll go now. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Bruno Mars 24K Magic. Not gonna
That's
lie.
a good one.
Reason why I say that is because like that song was everywhere. Um, 24 karat magic in the air. Like, come on, let jump fire. Simple as that.
Brandon crashing, y'all.
Songs playing on the clubs, playing everywhere. That was one of Bruno Mars' major songs. So yeah, I'll just say that.
That's
I'll
it.
say
Damn,
that.
you left 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Right,
I gotta let me restart and restart. Okay, Royal, in your
Wait,
eyes.
but I'm gonna need like a year check. I told you I'm bad at years. So I have a
Okay,
couple songs if y'all tell me that it's the wrong year.
okay.
Um, We Are Young.
That's 2012. You're good on that.
Okay.
2012.
Okay, yeah, We Are Young. I'm gonna take We Are Young. I think that clears whatever the fuck he said. Like I forgot what he said. That's why it clears it.
No, that's crazy. That's
Um,
crazy.
That was
but no,
insane.
Let's not do that.
as far as pop, like when you think 2010s, I just if you play what my friends are getting higher, what in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State.
Higher than
Like
that
literally, there
prospect.
were like the freaking Jersey Tap music remixes to that. People were ranting over the beat of that. It was the whole trend, and it was an era. It was something that launched beyond that song itself. It defined a whole couple months, if not years, of the 2010s. So yeah, that's my argument for that.
Okay, you left 16 seconds to spare.
And it's just a better song.
Now, Brandon,
Crashing,
this is
y'all.
this is your final opportunity. Do you have a counter for that?
Yeah, I'll say a little something.
Okay, so Brandon has a counter. What is your counter?
Okay, when it comes to like 24K Magic, like all the people know about the song. Any race, again, it was played everywhere. If you want to go by with the numbers and stuff like that, I ain't gonna say all that, but it tip top two top platinum. I was gonna put that out there. And also
Ooh.
like I said, Bruno Mars, like when it comes to him, dang, I
Brandon
messed up.
crashing,
I
y'all.
messed up. I messed up. I messed up.
Do I get a rebuttal?
Yeah, I messed up. I messed up. Dang, I messed up.
No,
Do I get a
no,
rebuttal?
I
I
messed up.
messed up. I messed up. Now he done turn the camera off.
I messed up.
Okay.
No, no, no. That's rebuttal worthy. That's rebuttal worthy. You can rebuttal that.
Fuck.
Go ahead.
Get him, Royal. Get him. Get him.
Okay, so no, I just want to address some specific points that you said. I could just walk over that, but I won't. I'll respond to
Oh,
you. You said that, it was played everywhere and everyone knows it races. Radio play does not equal the better song. It was pushed. That's not even Bruno's best song. It's one of his most overplayed songs, if we're being frank. It's a good song, I'm not gonna lie. It was just pushed. That's why it's everywhere. Now, if we want to talk about transcending different races, Janelle Monáe was on the remix for We Are Young. So it's not like it was just a white pop, rah rah, white girl music song. No, it did transcend to different communities. And like I said, we have a Jersey Club remix. Like, if that's not proving diversity and what it reached beyond just like the typical pop crowd, I don't know what is.
Mm.
Mm.
Damn,
Damn.
it's crazy. I wanted to add something to that, but
All right. So judges, T, who do you favor in this?
Um, even though that none of them said Miley Cyrus parties in the USA.
That was 2009.
Mm.
That was
Oh,
2009.
2009. Oh, okay.
no one
Damn.
said Adele rolling in the deep or set fire to the rain.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You
Like,
know what I'm
come
saying?
on, ball knowledge,
Right.
y'all.
But I'm gonna go. I'm sorry, Brandon, but I'm gonna go
Strong got a decade, by the way.
yeah,
with
I'm gonna go
Royal.
Royal Dior on this one, bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
For sure.
Royal.
For sure. For
because
sure.
she had a more of a argument. All you said was he gets played. I mean, if we being honest, I don't hear 24 karat magic anymore, but I definitely do hear Miley Cyrus.
Type
For sure. For
shit.
sure.
You
So
pushing that Miley
I don't
Cyrus?
know. It sounds like you hating a
I,
little
bro,
bit,
I
T. It
heard her
sounds like you
last night.
hating
We
a
were
little
at
bit,
a
bro.
day
Whoa, wait.
party. We were at a day party, and Miley Cyrus was being played twice. We in a party in the USA. They love it. I'm talking about day party to the club, party in the
You're
USA.
not wrong. No, you're not
Hmm.
wrong.
Me, I mean, yeah, Royal got it. But
I'm not
one
gonna
thing I was gonna
lie.
say, one thing about Royal,
She
I
low key
wanted
just hated on you. She just wanted you to pick a different name too. She just hated on you. I ain't gonna lie. That was just hate.
I
But
wanted to add to that because when you said what the diversity
Come
and
sit
how
down.
much it's expanded, it in play to this day, bro. I didn't heard we are young before so many fucking artists that perform shows. Like literally, if
Hmm.
G Next Door Mustard played that shit, that stadium was crazy, nigga. Like
Mustard on that beat.
when
Oh,
when Travis performed it before Utopia, that was played before he came out. Like that, especially at parties. Parties are going crazy. Like club parties are going crazy with that song. Like that is a generational
Yeah.
song.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay. So the first debate of the day, Royal gets. All right.
Period.
So we are going to determine the next matchup, and it's going to be YKTS Culture. You are next,
Yeah,
uh-oh.
culture.
and you will have an opponent
mm.
Ooh.
by the name of Mo.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Oh
Where
yeah.
we going?
Oh
This is
yeah.
gonna be good. This is
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
good.
Told you that nigga didn't
Where
want to
we
see me.
going with
Come
this?
on, man.
Oh, chill,
I think
please.
you guys analyze music similarly, so this is gonna be good.
All right. You guys' decade
Hey,
is
hey,
the
Royal
80s.
GG's by the way. Put that.
You
GG's,
said what?
Brandon.
Yeah.
Y'all got the 80s.
Yes.
Ooh,
Culture
ooh,
shaking.
What's the genre?
Damn, I
that's
Yeah,
said
what's the genre?
easy.
And your genre is pop.
Oh,
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 tax
we
it,
can go neck
tax
to
it,
neck.
tax it. Charge it to the game.
It can go neck to neck with this.
Charge it to the
Cause it's
game.
kind of we go.
If you want
Hey,
to,
do
you
you
can
want to go
respin
first?
culture. No bullshit.
No. Do you want to go first?
You want to take the dub? You want to?
Oh shit.
Go ahead.
You want to?
All
Go.
right, Mo, you have 1 minute. Cam
Hold
up.
on, hold on, folks. Hold on, folks.
This is wait. This is song.
Yes, song.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Hold on. My fault. I have to sit back down. I had stepped out of the hotel room for a minute.
Okay. And he left.
Damn.
And Brandon left.
Oh my gosh. Here go this nigga.
Damn,
Can't be
Brandon.
talking about me
No
no
T.
more.
No T left.
Oh, that was T. Okay.
So
Damn.
Oh, T left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was T.
Damn.
All right, come on. I'm back.
Oh shit.
All right, let's get this going. You have exactly 1 minute to
All right.
state your
Actually, can
claim.
I
Hold
start?
on. Let me angle the camera.
Oh, you want to start, Culture?
Actually, I'll start.
All right,
Oh,
you
you
have
want to
one.
start?
I think it's easy. That's a layup. Song of the
All right.
'80s is Billie Jean. Easy.
Okay, talk to me.
Like there's
Say it
no
again. Say it again. Say it again.
Billie Jean. Easy. They're like Billie Jean. And when we talk about generation, I know that gets thrown around a lot, but come on now. We got the start of the most iconic dance. We got the most iconic music video. It's up there. Like, bro, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean. That's a gimme, bro. That's definitely song of the '80s.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Like,
other song that could
Mm-hmm.
match it.
sorry, could you say that again? I forgot. I took you out by accident.
Oh, for real? Oh,
Yeah.
song of the '80s is Billie Jean. Come on now. Yeah, and no little fun fact. That song actually dropped on my birthday.
Hey,
That's dope.
Come on now.
it is though.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's
What
Put
was
relevant
your,
to the
cement in the
debate,
wait?
but
rotating
What was the
one.
reasoning again? What was your reason?
Oh, because I mean, it's the song that started the moonwalk. It's just, and then like when it comes to impact and everything, a lot of people is mimicking like their music videos to that, even songs. It's just the one of the most iconic songs of all time, not just the '80s, all time. So yeah.
Mm.
Okay, Mo. Do you have anything different? Can you counter that? What is your song of the '80s?
Yeah. Me personally, if we're talking about song of the decade when it comes to 80s pop songs, me personally, I will go I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney Houston. Now he's talking about
Mm.
now he talks about like how much Billie Jean helped in like progressing, like it was like the most iconic, dance video and like it started Billie Jean and how progressive that was into pushing Mike to the levels that he was now. But when we're talking about I Want to Dance with Somebody and to Whitney Houston, that was really kind of like the marquee hit that really launched her into
Mm.
the upper echelon of mainstream status. It went 7 times platinum,
Diamond
and it's
actually.
still all the way down to 2025. It's still getting played today. It holds the test of time. And it was just overall, I think it was really like the tone setter for what really to come with like pop. Nothing was changed. I feel like that was really a culture changer when it came to music at that time. So me personally, I would go. I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Mm.
Okay. Now, Culture. Do you have a counter?
Yeah,
Okay. What is your
Mm-hmm.
counter?
I think Billie Jean overall, I wanted that's what somebody is. It is a iconic song, and it did catapult Whitney to where she is. But Michael, I mean, I
mm,
feel like it took him to more higher heights when he dropped that shit and what it did for his stardom, and then going into you know Thriller and going into his career like that. People pinpoint that song. You hear as much as you hear Thriller, as much as you gonna hear Billie Jean. So, you know what I'm saying? When we talk about one of the biggest songs of all time, Billie Jean is one of the biggest
All
songs.
right. Can I counter a little bit?
All right. Well,
All
what
right,
is
so
your
he said that
counter?
was really he said that did more for Mike's career than he did Whitney's career. I completely disagree with that. Especially considering the fact that Michael was a superstar since the age of 10. This nigga was one of the most famous niggas on earth since he burst into the scene. By the time this nigga was 10, he already had his own TV shows. Nigga was on collector cups. Nigga had his own cartoon, getting booked with the president, all types of shit. You feel me? So he was already one of the biggest stars in the world win that main. Not saying that didn't catapult him, but we're talking about with Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was at a far lower level than Mike was when he dropped Billie Jean than when she dropped I Want to Dance with Somebody, and also factoring in the fact that Michael Jackson, when you talk about Thriller, Billie Jean wasn't even the biggest song. I mean, you're talking about Thriller. Beat It was extremely huge as well. We talk about Human Nature was on that album as well. That whole album was just full with marquee hits. And not saying that Whitney Houston self-titled didn't have its marquee hits as well, but I feel like that did way more. I feel like without that song, we don't get Whitney Houston into how we view Whitney Houston now. That shit don't exist either, even though, not saying that Michael Jackson, it didn't help Mike, but I feel like we still got Mike in a way. And I just think losing that song with Whitney would impact Whitney's career a lot more than it would Billie Jean losing Mike's, me personally.
I ain't gonna lie, I agree with that point. I agree with
That's
your point on that.
crazy.
On that,
You
but
said that out loud.
Agreeing with your debating partner is
no,
You
crazy.
might
I
not
That's
know,
even.
the
You
thing.
might
bro.
not
I'm
even have to
sorry, but I'm
ask us
like,
at
damn.
this
I would have
point.
Do
capped.
you okay?
You might not even
You
have to
got
ask
you got
us
a
at this
counter for
point.
that? Are you countering that?
There's no counter. He said what he said.
All right,
No,
judges.
wait.
Oh, wait.
I'm just agreeing with the fact like Mike could lose that song and still be who he is. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't agree with that, but
All right. So
Okay.
we are good.
So judges, Royal, what do you got?
You see, I like Beat It better as a song, but I think for the purposes of like this is a debate and we have to explain our points, I think Mo cooked. Like I think I gotta go with Whitney Houston.
Okay. Abe.
I'm gonna go. This is tough. This is tough. I don't think "Beat It" was Michael's biggest song. I think "Thriller" was more of a
Yeah,
bigger
I
song.
think Thriller was his biggest song.
I
But
You
thought that
said
I
was
want to
Billie
dance with
Jean.
somebody. I want to dance with somebody. Literally, always gets crowned as the best pop song of all time by a lot of people. And then the way they were debating, I mean, I gotta give it to Mo. Michael's been big, so that didn't make him bigger. It just helped to do it with the Moonwalkers, from what I heard.
okay.
But I'm gonna have to say Mo on this one.
All right. Brandon.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I got Mo.
Oh,
Okay.
Better
T.
think the
damn.
argument's better, but
Okay.
you know, Coach had the better song, but like when it comes to the argument today on the panel, I think Mo got
Mm,
it.
damn.
mm, mm,
Okay.
Today
mm,
on the panel.
All
mm.
right. T. Who you got?
Oh, she about to
Yeah,
crash, y'all.
I would say the same. Like I was with you, culture. I was, but you didn't have a strong argument,
Right,
and
you was giving me a lot of nothing.
right. I see where you were trying to go with it, but that is kind of hard to be, especially with dance with somebody. Like I ain't gonna count. I would have agreed with him too.
That is
Okay,
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm saying that's what I'm
I
like,
got
bro. I'm
both.
like, I can't sit here. What the fuck? I can't sit here, lie. I can't bullshit. That's
Okay.
just I,
Strike 4.
That
You're
was
gone.
insane.
All
He's
right.
confessing this shit.
You're
Now
gone.
that
bro. I'm a
now that
real
the
Now,
man,
debates
bro.
are
What can I do?
going,
now
I
since I clearly won,
I'm not a compulsive
this
liar,
nigga
bro.
took
I
my
can't do
song.
that, bro.
I'm
That's
not
not
gonna
good.
lie.
That's not good for
I
my.
did not know you was doing Billie Jean.
Thought
That's
you
not.
were gonna
That's not
rebuttal
good for
with
the
I'm
some.
not
votes.
gonna
That's
lie.
not
I
good for
did
the
Wait.
not.
voters,
So wait.
man.
Hold on. Back up. So Billy. So I want to dance was even your actual answer.
No,
It was Billy
no,
T.
no, 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 no. I lied saying I had to step out of the hotel room. I had to regroup. Right? I was
That's
like, oh
crazy.
fuck.
Damn.
That's
I said,
crazy.
oh fuck.
That's
Right? And then
wild.
I found Whitney, and I was like, okay, I could work with this. And then everything else was off dome.
Okay. DG. What's
Yeah,
good?
we're good.
Are you in a space
I
you
ain't
can
gonna
turn
lie
your
like this
camera
shit.
on?
Are we like? Can we go again?
Give me
Or
like 2 minutes.
You're out,
I'm
culture.
gonna turn my
You
camera on.
no,
lost.
I'm just saying
You're
after
out.
everybody like after everybody go. Like, can we still go? Like,
So you said yes.
I said, give me like 2 minutes and I'm gonna turn my camera on.
Okay. So
Oh
do
shit.
you know what we're doing right now?
Nah, what y'all doing?
Okay. So what we're
Oh
doing is like
shit.
an actual like debate. So I'm gonna give you an opponent, a
Ah,
decade,
shit.
and a genre, and you have to pick a song from whatever decade you get and explain why it's the best. And you're going against somebody while doing this. You got to explain why
Oh
it's the best,
shit.
and you got
Uh,
1 minute. You got one
okay.
minute to state your argument.
All
Oh
right.
shit.
So I'm adding you to the wheel. There's 4 people here on this wheel.
Mm.
The next one
They
up
crashing, y'all.
is T.
Mm.
You're gonna be next, and I'm gonna give you your opponent.
Damn, who's making all that noise, bro?
That's
Right?
DG. DG.
Oh
Right,
shit.
who's oh yeah, I was gonna say whose mic is that?
And T's opponent is DG.
Oh, Daryl?
Mm.
Oh well,
Daryl?
Daryl said
Daryl,
get
don't say
Daryl said
between.
give him 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Don't
give
y'all
tell
him.
me,
gotta give
Daryl.
Yeah, he got
y'all
two
gotta
minutes.
give DDG two
Also,
minutes.
are we
So,
doing this in rounds, T?
if you want to do rounds, you can. But so that leaves the last match will be me versus Abe.
No, I was
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay,
talking
that's
about
gonna be
like,
good.
so all the winners going against each other.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, that's what I meant by rounds. Okay,
All
bet.
right.
Oh damn, no, I don't wanna do that. Brandon,
Oh yeah, oh, too late, too late. You
you
got a
wanna
city. I'm
redeem
ducking.
you wanna
Face
redeem
shot sweat.
yourself,
No,
Brandon?
I'm good. I'm out.
All right.
I
So
wanna
for
be out.
okay, so there's Daryl right there. All right.
Now, if
So
it was sports, I would.
Damn, it's
T and
still live.
DG,
Okay.
T and DG, you guys are going to be in the 80s.
Mm.
You guys got 80s.
We where? What's the decade?
In
Oh
the
shit, he
80s, you guys are
crashing,
in the
yo.
80s.
Well,
Ah,
So I'm finna give y'all drama right now.
Same T. No, same T. Because if I got the 80s, I would have immediately gone on pause too. Same
Wait,
T.
wait, do you want to respin or what?
I'm cool.
No, no. If culture
Or-
can stand on business, so can she. Stop being a Cuddy
Yeah,
merchant.
I can stand on business.
Okay,
Cutting
Okay.
there we
merchant is
All
go. There
right.
we
crazy.
go.
You guys are gonna debate
That's how you
which
gaslight parents.
which R&B song in the 80s is the best.
okay,
Why?
okay. I ain't gonna lie. You can cook.
Mm.
You
Let's
can
see the
cook.
ball
You
R&B.
can
knowledge right
cook.
here. This ball knowledge right here.
Oh fuck! I'm not
You
gonna
guys,
lie. I was praying I got R&B. I'm not gonna lie,
you got
bro.
y'all have both have 1 minute to state your argument. So you guys need time to search or what?
Yeah, yeah, they
I'm,
do.
Yeah, give me
I'm
like a
ready.
little bit.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
So I'm gonna just give
It's
the
already on
round.
the top of my
I'm
head,
ready. I can
man.
go now.
Okay, go ahead, T. All right, you got 1 minute. I'm gonna start the timer. Hold on a
Alright.
second. When I'm ready, I'll tell you to go.
Okay. Oh,
Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, now you can go.
okay. I'm gonna say "Never Too Much" by
Luther
Mark.
Vandross.
Yeah, shit. I mean
Oh my god.
This is crazy.
Oh oh
Luther
oh no.
Vandross. I'm sorry.
Don't
You have
play her.
to.
Y'all know what
Luther
songs we
Van-
talking about. Don't play
Yeah,
her.
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh, we
Hold
sorry.
not.
on.
No,
I,
I,
I
I'm
no,
gonna
just
no,
need
had
to
a
hear
no.
the
brain
I,
fart. I
argument
promise
Start
you, I
before
had a
over.
we.
brain
Nah,
fart. I
just
didn't
start
even know
over.
what the fuck y'all were saying. I
Just
didn't.
start over. Just start over. You good? Just start over.
Okay, yes, I want to go with "Never Too Much" by Luther Vandross because I
okay.
just think I'm not gonna like okay for me to not be born in the 80s and as a young child to a teen still be able to hear "Never Too Much" and it
Mm-hmm.
brings the family together. That's a song that can bring the family together, and I think it did a lot for him as well. Like it put him on the charts, and it's just at that time I think, I mean, even though I wasn't there to experience how it did for around that time, but I definitely think it did something great if it could come all the way to the 2000s and 2010s. I mean yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that was solid.
All
Solid
right.
shit.
DG, what is your
Damn.
best R&B song of the 80s? You got
Come
one
on,
minute.
Daryl Cook.
Um, I'm going to have to go with "Sweet Love" by Anita Baker.
Oh,
Oh,
Hmm.
get in your
okay.
bag. Get in your
Why?
bag.
What's your
Okay,
reason?
so let's start off with the production. The production infuses lots of different genres. It has a gospel feel to it, a jazz, soul, uh, and it's very extremely timeless.
Uh-uh.
Um, so the production itself is amazing. You have the keyboard, and I forgot what other instruments are. But Anita's voice is so amazing on that song. She can go from very calm, smooth, and collected to very powerful, and yeah, very powerful. Uh, the impact that it's had is massive as well. It might not be to the level of "Never Too Much," but it still has massive appeal. It's acclaimed. It won Best R&B Song. Um, I think that was her first Grammy off of that. Uh, I think no, I'm not gonna guess. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I think that Anita singing on "Sweet Love" is better than "Never Too Much." That's my opinion.
Oh,
Um,
Mm.
yeah, I feel like, and it's
Yeah,
definitely a
he
song that
crashing,
you can
y'all.
play. It's definitely a song that you can play for the younger generation as to come. Like I'm definitely gonna play that song around my children and around my grandchildren. I feel like it's such a timeless song. You can never go wrong, and you can play it in any setting, any mood. And yeah,
all right. T, do you have a counter?
I do.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
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 What's your
Uh-oh,
counter?
uh-oh.
Okay. I agree. Yes, she might have a little better voice, but if we being honest, it's never too much wasn't a really like a singing song, but it was a singing song. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't to the point
Mm.
where he had to sit there and go all the way to a high note. But
Yeah,
besides the
yeah.
point though, um I could understand that the production and everything was good, but how did it do like popularity wise? Like it's not at the level of Never Too Much though. Like I feel like kids today will even know the song Never Too Much. They might not know who, but they done heard the song, you feel me? But they not gonna the kids today ain't gonna know what Sweet Love is unless it's on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why I say Never Too Much is the better song of that decade because of popularity and um and
Mm-hmm.
just how good the song was and how it brung people together and it just did everything for its time.
well,
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I have a
T.
counter to that.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Um,
So, what is your
the
counter?
reason that Sweet Love might not have the same appeal as Never Too Much, is because Sweet Love has the general elements of soul more than Never Too Much. Never Too Much has that poppy feeling, that pop appeal, which is why it's so much popular and so much like it's easier to play anywhere. It's you can play it at family functions. I've heard it at family functions. So it has more of a poppy production, which is why the appeal is so massive. And it's like I'm not gonna try to compare it to music today, but music today, there's certain music that people like to say you can play outside, and there's certain music where it's more introspective, it's more emotional, it's more that a person can connect to, because I feel like Sweet Love is something the average person can connect to, and they can feel on a deeper level, much rather than just going outside and just playing Never Too Much. So I feel like, yes, Never Too Much is a more popular song, but if we're talking about emotional depth and production and vocal ability and all other aspects into an R&B song, like an actual R&B song, I think Sweet Love hits those notches better than Never Too Much.
Mm, okay. T,
Um
you got a counter?
Yep. Okay, so
Oh.
Oh
I want
shit.
to say this. So, yes, it might have like a deeper connection to how people could like understand what she's talking about in that song. But if that's the case, that means it's only for people who are in at least the age from 15 to up that really understands what the hell sweet love is. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Mm.
So that's why I said it's gonna really it breaks it ain't gonna really match up to never too
Mm.
much because never too much is for each category not category each what they call it no not demographic for each age group, you know what I'm saying, like
Mm.
anybody
Mm,
even that
mm. Okay.
a little baby could be sitting there talking about never too much, you know what I'm saying, like a baby not gonna understand
Hey, Troy.
about
Troy,
what
they
sweet
trying
I'm
love
to.
is.
crying.
They barely even understand what if they know that they love their mother, they just saying they love their mother. You know what I'm saying? They barely even know that.
Mm.
So when you say that, when you give that point, that just means that that song is only for a certain type of age group.
Damn.
Mm,
Damn.
mm.
Okay. DG, you got a counter?
Um, I mean, That's kind of
Damn,
like
how long are we gonna count
it's
it?
kind of like the same thing.
Yeah,
If
y'all gonna keep counting?
I thought we get one counter each. Oh God,
That's what
Right,
I
like
thought
what's
I
too.
thought that's
going
what it
like
was
what
too.
the
Yeah,
hell is going
I thought
on?
that's what it was
this
We
one
just
too.
having a
going
good
all
debate.
day.
Like I
it's a
said,
good
it just
debate.
goes. I'm just
No, it
really.
is a good debate.
I'm not going to like really. I guess kind of. I'm really just gonna stand on what I said. Um,
Oh
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
people. I'm sure everybody in this podcast have heard "Sweet Love." I mean,
Mm.
the first time I heard "Sweet Love," I was a child. I was in goddamn like Pampers. It's like pull ups and shit. I heard that shit. Like I just and I was attracted to the
I
sound. I've
listened to that
always
motherfucker all night at the tour.
I've my earliest memory of a song, which is why I chose this song, is "Sweet Love," and you can make the argument where kids can say never too much, never too much, but kids can also be very attracted to the sound and piano and the power that Sweet Love has.
Mm.
And they'll get to appreciate it more once they get to that age where that it's not just about the production. It's about listening to what she's saying and people can really feel and look back and like, oh,
Mhm.
I appreciated the sound, but now I can appreciate what she's talking about even more.
Mm.
Like I can appreciate and feel like you know people who actually do have love in them. I don't know if everybody has. There's some evil people in this world, but people who
Facts.
actually do have love in them can listen to this song and be like, wow, like I can appreciate what she's talking about. She's talking about not just being in love, but being committed to that person. And a lot of people nowadays want that. Like you can go on social media, you can see people be like, oh, I want to like a God fearing man. I want somebody who's committed to me, and I want somebody I can commit to. So
Mm.
it's a song where you can appreciate the production as a
Mm.
younger child and through all ages, but then as
Mm.
you get older, and that's where my argument about it being timeless comes in, is that
Mm.
once you get older, you can appreciate the emotional and lyrical content in the song as well as the production,
Mhm.
which checks all the boxes of
Mm.
an R&B song. So
Okay.
that's it.
They crashing, yo.
All right.
All right, judges. Who are you guys taking in that debate?
Damn.
Fuck, there's
Me
too many
personally,
counters.
me
Royal?
personally,
Go ahead, Mo.
Coach Don. Um, I think that maybe DG's argument probably was kind of like laid out better. It took me. It wasn't until like a couple of rebuttals I really start to get drew into what T was saying a little bit. I think his argument was a little bit formulated better, but in
Mm-hmm.
terms
Mm.
of like the context and what was said, I would have to agree with T to an extent. I feel like Sweet Love was a little bit more of a personal choice, and I feel like to a degree when we're talking about songs of the decade and songs that had transcended time, you know, never to it has to have, although we don't put that much value into things being super mainstream when we're talking about the qualities, but in this case, in this argument, it had to reach, a certain level of audience to measure, to gauge the impact that it's had. And it's just a lot more clear when it comes to Never Too Much. But I do think within the context of the song, I feel like his argument would have been a lot better arguing what technically was the better song. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like in terms of just choosing like the song to represent a decade, I do think Never Too Much is a better choice. I'm going to.
Okay. Royal?
I think that both very strong arguments, both
Mm-hmm.
very solid picks. I feel like I was leaning more towards Daryl, but I feel like he talked himself out of it. I feel like when he started rebutting the tea with the once he was like it just reaches more audiences, and then he went into the emotional connection and things like that. And no, he went into specifically how T's song was more poppy. And so I feel like he almost proved her point, right? Like he
Yeah.
in his argument said, yeah, it reached more audiences, but right. And so like cool, the but might be important, but you literally just admitted that this was a bigger song, whether like, there are semantics or not involved. I also do think that just I think the argument for the emotional connection was really, really strong. But then again, saying that, like, oh, when you get older, you'll understand it and, appreciate the song more. I feel like that is also a very personal statement. I think because we listen to music on this podcast, we expect other people to listen to music like that. But I think that we know the vast majority of people are not really looking into the content of songs, but they're listening to music to listen to it. So I just think the vast majority know they're not gonna, look at this song in 30 years and be like, oh, she was really talking. The vast majority is going to be like, oh, never too much is still a bop. Like, because of the way it was produced. So I have to go with T on that.
Okay. Hey, what you got?
I'm gonna go with DG on it. Whatever Mo said. So that's my point.
Okay. Brandon?
I mean, I don't want to repeat the words.
Mo voted for T, thoh.
Did he? I thought he went
Yeah.
Yeah.
DG.
No,
Oh,
he
Nah,
I'm going
voted for
DG.
T.
I'm gonna go
Um,
back to that because
yeah, no, I'm gonna go to DG. I think he explained his a little bit better, and he got to the point.
Okay.
I didn't
Brandon?
have a
He
point. I
did.
just
You
No,
don't
no,
know T.
no.
You
He
did. T.
just
You did.
he landed his plane way faster. I will
His
say
plane
that.
got landed way quicker. Like you got the kids involved. T. You got the
well,
babies
he
involved.
said it. He said it, not me. I mean, wait.
Nah, you said
Oh,
babies.
never
You don't
too
lose
much.
that.
He should like the little babies because they never too much. Never too
Right?
much.
Like I was like, oh,
yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
What you got, Brandon?
Oh shit.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. This was definitely the best battle so
Okay.
far, hands down. It's a
He
tough
said Tyson
choice,
and
but
Holyfield.
if I have to choose,
Uh-oh.
damn, I'm a I'm a lean towards T
Mm,
because the reason why I would say T is because like T came in snapping.
Mm-hmm.
She came in snapping like she was ready to go, and like I could feel the presence of her, like I could feel her energy.
The
Like
aura.
Goddamn,
she was
Donovan had a
ready, and
beat.
and,
Oh
and she put on great points too. GG, you did your thing too. You did your thing too. But I think T got it.
Okay. Culture.
I think mine was more so what Mo said. Mo said what I was gonna say because like if DJ explained more on why it was more of a better song, he could have. I feel like he would have took the nod, but
Mm.
he definitely had the had a better argument to me.
All right.
mm.
So that is like 4-2.
Niggas out here stealing my sauce. It's all good though.
Hey, shut up,
So
Nick.
so T is the winner on that debate. That was a good one though. I did like that
That
one.
was a good one.
That was
It
I
was.
fought with it. I ain't gonna lie. I
Y'all had
fought
to
with it.
fight for it. No, y'all fought for that one.
They
Yeah,
was
they
hitting one of
I
definitely
ain't
them.
gonna
did.
lie.
That
I
was
was
hitting one
willing
of
to
them
give
Free
Daryl
points.
some
T,
full
y'all.
points
Free T.
for getting in his bag a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Congratulations to
That
T.
took a lot to pick some like
The
that.
I'm
next
if I
round.
if I was in y'all round, I would have said "Sexual Healing" by Marvin Gaye, but that's just me though.
Cook,
Hey.
cook.
Well, you're in this round
That
against
would have
me.
been
I'm
my
not gonna
pick.
lie, I
Uh-oh.
was gonna
Get
go with
up,
a
get
Marvin
up.
song, but like most, I wanted to just pick a personal touch.
Nah, you got to go for the
I ain't
dub.
gonna
You got to
lie.
go
I
for the
think that's
dub.
for later rounds. It's the same way
Mm,
with verses. You gotta look at the way you gotta start off strong, bro.
Wait.
I gotta make sure I
mm.
get there.
So the
Oh
next
shit.
round is me versus Abe.
Uh-oh.
It's
Give
gonna
Damn.
me
be another
a.
one of those.
All right.
I'm
So
playing. I'm playing.
Abe, our decade is the 2000s.
Okay.
Come
Don't
on.
let it be.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
Oh
Oh my
shit.
gosh. You're about to get smacked to death.
Wait, it's
He's about
2000
to.
what?
Please, T, please,
please don't let it be
And
R&B.
Give me
and
please.
R&B or
our
pop.
and our
If
genre
it's
is
RM,
our jo-
Oh no! Don't
our
get no R&B or pop.
our genre is rap.
oh,
Oh,
Okay.
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 oh.
And then
That's
We
interesting. That's
good.
interesting.
it's still about
Mm.
to be crazy though. I hope y'all
We
know that.
Mm.
good.
Saved,
We are
saved
good.
by
We
the
about to say a 50 Cent
wheel.
song. Watch.
Saved by the Wheel, because I would have.
Saved by the
I was
Wheel.
so
I
scared,
had
bro.
my
All right.
Nah,
stats
matter of
ready,
fact,
boy.
can we see the wheel?
It's
Nah, can we
hard,
see the
bro.
wheel?
Uh-oh.
Nah,
We
that's
on
Let me see the
live.
nasty.
wheel.
Royal chill. Oh,
Oh, okay,
I was
okay,
finna
okay.
say, boy.
I
I was
thought
finna
it
say
said
pop.
pop.
I was
I was
gonna have
finna
a
say,
heart attack.
oh no.
All right. Do you need
I was
time
gonna
to
die.
get your song, or
oh
you got
shit.
it? You got it already.
Mm, I mean, I got three songs I can think of, but I'm trying
Oh
to think
shit,
which
he's
one.
crashing.
Who crashing?
You.
I feel
Shut
like
up,
I could have
bitch.
said like
Lost.
I feel like Mo, you was right.
Mm,
Let me
You
look at
said
my.
free
Why they
R.
thinking?
Kelly?
What? Oh,
Oh
oh.
shit, Abe's crashing, y'all.
Yeah.
man, I think I got my song.
Oh
I
shit, you
think.
got a
He gonna
song.
say in the club.
He picking some off the R. Kelly Jay Z Best of Both Worlds album.
Nigga have
Ugh.
sex, I ain't into making love.
Yeah, it was in the club. Why were y'all gonna be saying my shit like that?
You
Oh
can
Are
still
shit,
you
and
use it.
Pacers
serious?
won.
You can still could use it though.
Oh shit, Pacers won on a buzzer.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
Oh shit, yeah, Pacers won on a buzzer.
Say swear.
What?
I'm
Nah,
watching it
that's
right now.
nasty. They
Oh
did.
shit,
They
They
won by
won.
1 point.
yeah, buzzer beater.
Nah, 2-0 is
Damn.
And Donovan
nasty.
had 52. That's
Damn.
crazy.
Yeah, 50?
Yup.
Oh my god,
Hey,
that
I
is
can't even.
insane.
That's not even his fault. Nigga lost his main supporters. Like I can't even.
I'm not gonna lie, they was up by 18 at one point, so that's not even an excuse, Jack.
It was up by
But
18. Damn.
They was up by 18.
wow.
Are you changing your song?
Um, I feel like I should. Everybody already know it.
You
No,
know
I
my
mean,
flow.
I mean, I feel like that means it's a
Dun,
strong
dun,
song. Like we was all thinking about it. It has to be a
dun, dun,
banger for that
dun,
decade.
dun,
I
dun,
mean, it
dun.
was.
You see me in the club with a bottle full of. Oh my bad.
I mean, fuck it. I'll take it. I'll use it.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to change it, change it. I mean, you're the one that got
I
to
already
defend
see
it.
what T's about to do. I already see what T's about to do. Or at least I know
Oh,
who.
wait, what?
I know who he gonna pick.
You want to start it off?
What's your song?
I can't tell you that yet.
Oh, I thought we tell each other the songs right away.
No, they just guessed your shit. They didn't guess mine.
Mm,
Nah, that's nasty. I'm not-
that's crazy because I could have sworn everybody named each other's shit.
No,
Nah, I said
culture.
mine after T made hers. I didn't say mine
Mm,
at the
Yeah,
beginning.
culture and Mo didn't do that.
mm. Anyways, so where we go? Where we starting with this?
Uh,
Club.
go ahead. Wait on.
Oh, fuck, I gotta
So,
pay Aiden Hutchinson? Oh, no.
all right, so we're talking about In the Club, right?
Yeah.
So when 50 Cent debuted In the Club, it was a massive hit.
Uh-huh.
Debuted at number one for almost what, 7 weeks. Diamond song. Everybody plays that song at birthdays. If you go to the club, they're gonna play In the Club on your birthday. The beat, the production, the lyrics, it's a perfect song. It's a perfect debut single for 50. Even though that wasn't 50's technical debut, but on a major label, it was a big song. I think it was one of the biggest rap songs. I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it's the biggest, and that's
Mhm.
where I'm going with it.
Okay. All right.
Uh-oh.
So I kind of already went into this knowing that I was going to be going against 50 Cent. Um, but in my eyes, I'm going to say the best song of the 2000s is Miss Jackson by Outkast. And I'm going to say Miss Jackson because, one, that just like In the Club, Miss Jackson is one of the most timeless rap classics of all time. It aged better. I feel like it had better production. It had better rapping. Um, as far as in the 2000s, the South was on top, and they were the reason why. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when it comes to In the Club, I feel like In the Club, what Abe said, he was played at birthday parties. functions and all that. I feel like In the Club is just meant for that only. Miss Jackson can be played at any time, any place, anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I feel like Miss Jackson has a wider range of being played in different places, and it just being the perfect song that it is. I think that's the best song of the 2000s, and it has that advantage of being, on a higher pedestal to In the Club when it comes to, you know, being received in any place you're at instead of just, in order to hear it in the club, I got to go to a birthday party. I got to go to a club to hear it in the club. That's why I say Miss Jackson. So is there a counter?
Yeah, you're not gonna hear In the Club only at In the Club. You'll hear it anywhere anybody wants to play it. It's not strictly for the club. I mean, Rolling Stone called it a top 500 song of the 2000s, if I'm not mistaken, and there was a lot of good songs in the 2000s. I'm
Right.
trying to think, like, when I hear Miss Jackson, like, I gotta play that by myself. I'm not gonna go hear Miss Jackson out anywhere. No one's gonna be playing Miss Jackson at a
Whoa,
club. No
whoa,
one's gonna
whoa,
be playing
whoa.
Miss Jack. Let me cook. No one's gonna play Miss Jackson anywhere else unless you have to press play on it. In the Club is gonna be played regardless if you press play on it or not. Someone's gonna play it. So I think it's the better song. I think it's more. I'm not gonna say it's more iconic, but it's known more worldwide. You go worldwide, you play In the Club, everybody knows it. You play Miss Jackson worldwide, you might get a few people who know it.
Whoa.
All right.
Is
All
he
right.
for real?
Now I'm not gonna lie. That last statement was pretty crazy, saying a few people would know it, but I'm gonna let it slide.
Uh-oh. He's
So
crashing.
I mean, it's a
I,
diamond song.
I mean, exactly. So that's why I said that's kind of crazy. So I said that In the Club was only meant for functions and that because that's what you were saying in your first argument. So I was
Oh,
just going off of what you said. You know what I'm
oh.
Mm.
saying? But if you think that's how In the Club gets played, I mean it is what it is. But
Mm,
from my knowledge, and I'm
mm,
speaking for myself only, any
mm.
function I've ever been to, any outing I've ever been to, In the Club will get played for like 30 seconds. And then
Damn.
they're going right to the next song. And I'm pretty sure
Okay.
If Miss Jackson getting played is getting more minutes than In the Club is. That's all I'm saying on that.
Oh shit,
But
T's crashing.
but no disrespect to In the Club, it is a good song. But Miss
If you don't
Jackson,
mind me
uh,
asking, if you don't mind me
Uh-oh.
asking,
Oh
Uh-oh.
shit.
what 30 seconds is getting played?
the hook.
Okay, so in Soul
Okay,
Plane, when they were, reciting the song, what was Monique and the other girl talking about? What lyrics were they reciting? Because they weren't reciting the hook. She said, "My flow, my show brought me the dough." Like that's
I
what they were
mean,
saying.
she
Oh
probably
shit,
listened
But
to
Aiden
it.
crashing,
stand
y'all.
I
my
mean,
flow, my show.
shout out Monique. I mean,
Oh
she
shit.
probably
Oh
listened to
shit.
the song. But that's one
Shout out my
person out
nigga
of the billions.
Gucci.
That's one song out
That
of
bought me
that.
all my fancy
That's
things.
but
Come on,
that's
bro.
my thing though. That's one person out of the billions of people in the world. So is that really saying something?
Uh-oh.
I
I
mean,
don't think
10
so.
million, 10 million think otherwise, but that's just
Oh.
me.
10 million.
Oh
It's
You
shit.
can
it's
say
Aiden's
you
if
can say
crashing,
if
you
we
can say
y'all.
the
if we
same
if
about
we if
Outkast
we
though.
if we kick in some numbers, the
Okay.
streaming, like if we get to the number part, it gets a little ugly, very ugly.
Does it? We're talking about like song for song, not album for album. Just like
If
song
no
for
no no,
song.
what I was even talking about, that's a diamond song I was talking about. I didn't say diamond album, diamond
Okay.
song. And the club sold 10 million singles by itself. It went number one for almost 7 weeks, probably longer. Debuted it at number one. Where did
Okay.
Miss Jackson debut on the Billboard? If you don't
So
mind me asking,
okay, we'll get that facts right now then.
I can pull them up real quick if you want.
No, I got it.
Type shit. Brandon, you said Free R. Kelly?
It debuted.
Uh, you're you're is
Oh,
crazy, folks.
what?
That nigga said you're.
So Miss Jackson, you said In the Club is Diamond, correct? So that's like 10
Yes,
million records.
sir.
Miss
Yes, sir.
Jackson is right behind it at 8 times platinum. So
Nice.
the whole numbers thing ain't really saying much if the gap is literally right here. And then
Can I
Mm.
get the Billboard chart number, please?
Mm.
what is
The
that
Hot
number
100, not
for?
not just we're saying what's the bigger song, right?
What is
Better
that?
song.
We're saying what's the better song?
Better, bigger, same
I
shit.
ain't gonna let T
Not
change the
really.
layout.
Huh?
I was gonna say change the layout.
We cooking.
Oh
Oh.
shoot.
Oh.
What the fuck is this?
Hey, this fire.
No, it's not. I don't like this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't like this. Shut
Shut up, bitch. We didn't ask what you
up,
like.
bitch.
Oh shit.
Okay. So
Boy.
who was going? See, I didn't lose
Nigga
track
Brandon, bro.
because who was going? Was I going?
It was you.
Yes. It was
Okay.
you.
So my thing is, if the numbers is right here, though, as far as it being platinum or diamond or whatever, that really cancels out. So like that's not really a argument that you could really make. What you can make is like we talked about before, where is it getting played? How well did it age?
Oh.
Both songs age well, but in different ways. That's my point.
So when you said only 30 seconds of In the Club gets repeated,
In the hook,
what
yes,
from Miss Jackson, whose verse are they talking about? Andre's or Big Boy's?
both.
Can you recite some lyrics for me, please?
From who?
Whoever had the better lyrics.
Either of them did.
Who did, Andre?
Andre had the better verse, yes.
May I get a line, like a bar or two?
Right, you still haven't recited those lyrics.
Like, give me a bar that like
Man,
stands out. I want a bar
man.
that stands out. That will like when you say it's like, oh yeah, I know where that's from.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
That's so funny.
Wait.
Oh
Not the same
no,
hook,
Derek.
not the same hook that you said in the club had.
Oh
Not
Oh
the hook.
no, he's cooking
But
you.
Not
this the
the
thing.
hook.
Cooking
This the
you.
thing,
no! Did
though.
he get
Not
put
the
in a
hook.
box? Did he get
I think
put in
that
a
might
box?
be it.
Damn,
Let's
I
go
decided the
home.
fucking verse.
Let's go
That's
home.
crazy.
Did he kick the ball out of bounds?
He
Did
did.
he kick the ball out of bounds?
Judges.
Oh
I'm closing the
Nah,
argument.
I thought you was gonna pound
that
away.
was a
Argument
crazy
closed.
closing
What did I
argument.
tell you, bruh? You gotta
That
keep
was
the
a
argument where you want it. You let
that was
him
a
control the
crazy
argument.
closing argument.
He's
Nah,
going
that's
to spit how he
nasty.
wants to, bro. You let him control the argument. He
That
gonna
might have
spit how
just
he wants to.
decided the
That
game.
nigga
He,
said,
And
"Can
you
you give me a
bro,
line?"
But
he he might have just had a
okay.
Patriots buzzer
see,
beater.
once he
Listen,
said
no.
shit doesn't
Okay, now
really
that's
I ain't
get
crazy.
gonna lie, that's a
memorable,
go-to move.
and you fed into it, I was like,
You know what?
no. You gotta keep it on your ground.
He get hit. Now, that was crazy. Yeah.
Damn.
I
Damn, that was a
wasn't.
crazy. That was a
Hey, R.
crazy
Kelly
pull.
though.
He's a,
Recite
Abe been in
lyrics
the
is
TikTok
crazy.
live front lines for like 4 or 5 years now, bruh. This nigga's a Hall of Fame gaslighter.
Recite lyrics is crazy.
But
Mm.
anyways, do you have a closing argument or no?
That was my
That
no.
was
That was
his
my closing.
closing
Damn.
Oh,
argument.
Yeah, he
That was
still
my closing. I'm done.
Jesus.
I think
That
I'm
was
done.
his closing.
All right,
He
it's
did a
crazy,
mic
nigga. I
drop.
thought T was with it too. I had T. I really
Excuse
did.
me.
Damn, T.
but anyways, judges.
Uh-oh.
It's Lincoln, dog.
Damn.
It's Lincoln.
Right, you lost the battle for
It's
yourself,
Lincoln. You
T.
lost
That's
right at
it.
the
Like
end. I'm not
Once
gonna
he
you
lie.
said the
lost
chorus,
it.
You lost
once he said
at
the
the
chorus,
end.
it was over,
Like
man.
crazy. You lost on some better
Like
beats and
not
shit.
you. Like you developed a whole argument for 50 cents. Only 30
Just to shoot
seconds of
yourself.
his
Just
chorus
to shoot yourself.
being played just for like you couldn't think of any other bar
Nah.
of the song. Not
It's
like not
crazy.
a
Because
I
I
single
agree with
one.
guess
one, but I was like,
10
because my
times
whole
out of
thing
9.
was
9 from
I was
9.
like, okay, because he was like I feel like instead of trying to prove why a lot of it I mean in the beginning he did, but the more you drew it out, the more I started leaning towards Steve because he just tried to I felt like he just more so was just kinda like trying to love bro Miss Jackson in a sense, instead of trying to prove why and the club deserves to be on that hole. And it was kind of just like,
yeah.
I don't know. You feel me? I was like,
Yeah, you lost it for
I low
yourself,
key going
T.
T
Abe got
here.
it.
And then when he says, I forgot, he said something about it being more memorable. And then you fell into it. I said, oh no. I said, oh no.
That nigga
Oh,
said, "Can
this
you give
nigga
me an
took the
A
big.
line?" Not even a.
Oh, that was the worm on the hook.
Said
I
A
said, oh
line.
That
no.
He
nigga said
said
A
A
line.
line. And then
And
you went on a long ass tangent and did
the
not give
thing
him no
is,
line.
it's not
No,
even
no,
like
no,
a
no.
super crazy exposed because I have no doubt in my mind that this nigga could recite a stacked verse. It was the fact that how quick he put him on the spot, and I was like, he got him. I'm not gonna lie. Anybody,
As soon as I seen you smiling, I said,
I
"Damn,
was like,
T."
I seen it. I was like, bro, I
I
seen the
said,
play, bro.
"Damn,
You
T."
set the play up though, T. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. T gonna want his
I
rematch.
got
That was
I
a
got
You
tough
you
I
that
need
T
my
you
needed.
threw me
rematch.
the
That's a
alley
dub
oop.
that
Bro,
T
we
I
needed.
doing
really
bro.
T
did.
need a
I got the
Don't
rematch.
I
we
alley oop
really
doing
up.
do.
albums?
T
I
gonna need a
really
rematch
do.
one of these
I
days.
need
That's
my
all
And,
I'm
I
saying.
rematch.
really
Man.
do.
and we doing albums too.
Oh
Cause I
yeah, I
thought
Ooh,
we
need
was
my
doing
album
albums
rematch.
too.
debate.
That's what
Give
I'm
me
saying.
Oh,
I'm
we
like,
can
Rushmore
bro,
do.
we gotta
Oh,
get
I'm
album.
not gonna lie.
Album
Album
debate would
debate
be
will be
crazy.
Starting up the
nasty.
album debate is gonna have to be T and A, but I'm not gonna lie. Seeing how we did Royal and Brandon, they're gonna have to
are we
step that
all
shit
going
up.
again though? That's what I was saying. That's what I'm like, bro. What
I
the
probably
fuck?
can't do it. No,
Oh shit.
You said what?
I say I probably. I say I probably can't do it.
Hey,
No.
what other layouts can we do though? I ain't, this is
Brandon crashing, y'all.
wow.
but it's
I'm
right
sorry,
on the
Miss
time.
Jackson.
What the
I
fuck?
am for
For
It's
real.
real.
it's
Fucking
the
main
host and the
guy.
Bro,
homegirls.
he won
The
that argument. I don't care.
Nah, give
Who
me
did?
do
Oh
another one, bro.
shit.
Do another one,
She
bro.
crashing.
Yeah.
What's another one, bro? Just you? Oh,
Oh,
Shut up, bitch.
Oh,
Oh shit.
whoa.
okay, how do I go back to the regular one?
how'd you? Oh,
Did I fuck up? I might have fucked up. Oh no, I
oh, we
didn't.
good.
There it is.
yeah.
All right. So
Oh, wait. Well, hold up. Ain't
Hold
nobody
up.
saying nothing about DG name. The
lock
fuck
Brandon
going
next
on?
to
I
R.
can't
Kelly is
see it.
crazy. That's crazy.
Damn.
Ooh.
That's wild. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn. Hey, free Brandon then.
Oh,
Hold
see,
on.
Brandon.
Hold
no, I
on.
If you
didn't.
say free Brandon, you get free R. Kelly.
Now,
So free
DG.
Brandon.
No.
Oh shit.
Now, DG, what did I do to you, bro?
Oh shit.
I only changed it because you said free R. Kelly, so I was
As
That
like,
you
is
should,
Oh
crazy.
though. As
shit,
you should.
Brandon is crashing.
I'm
Bro,
good
Oh
now.
listen,
shit.
listen. I'm
Brandon
taking
stole him
all
Hey,
out,
of
Casey.
them.
T,
Brandon.
Hey,
is
Listen,
Casey's
that
crazy,
is
Brandon.
that
listen.
the rule?
Can I say my reasoning?
Say it again.
Whoa.
Wait, what'd
Got
you
a
say,
reason?
Brandon?
I said,
Call
can I
him
say
out,
my
Brandon.
reasoning?
For
Are
R and B
you
needs them back.
wait?
No, listen. R&B needs them back. That's all I'm saying.
So we should
Cook.
free a pedophile?
oh,
wait,
I
hey,
tried
hey.
to take
I
that.
got
Oh.
Usher.
All right.
Ooh,
T, what did you say?
I was saying, are we done?
Oh,
Do you
you
want
got
to?
somewhere to
Do,
be?
do you want to continue?
No, I do want to continue,
Oh shit.
but
Okay. Well, we were
Oh
we,
yeah,
were-
she crashing, y'all.
we
I do
were
got
doing
somewhere to be, but I
albums.
want to continue.
We were doing albums next. If you down with that?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Not gonna lie, Abe, I need my fade. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Type shit.
I need my
That's
fade.
crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm low key kind of mad. I blew that for myself.
Mm.
But anyways, we're gonna do albums this time. And we're gonna be in the 2010s.
Oh, it's y'all going again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to order some food. Let it be somebody else.
Oh God, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm listening.
Our debate is 2010s pop album. What's the best?
Ooh,
Me and you.
20 what?
uh-oh.
Tens.
Oh
Oh
shit.
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Pressure.
Come on, Terrence.
should I go first?
Reel it
No.
in.
You went
I
first
think
last time.
loser should go first this time.
I
Okay.
already know where he's going with this. Yeah, GG's, he won.
Damn. That what
Damn.
No,
happened?
no, no,
Wait,
no.
hold on, Abe. Hold on.
How
Slow
you
down,
gonna tap
Abe.
out like that?
I already know how the debate's gonna go. I already know I already know the punches, bro. I lost. I already know the way the debate's gonna go. I know the strategy, but cook your topic, bro. You got it. GG's 1-1.
That nigga.
Hurry up and say it.
Mm. Anybody wanna
He got
wait,
that, bro.
Mo,
I
you want
already
that?
know. He
You said
got that.
what?
You want
Oh
that?
wait, what is any genre or pop?
Pop.
Oh yeah, you got that.
This
You
is I'm
got
about to say
that.
this is literally T's lane.
That
Oh
no,
no, no,
I
no,
know
no, no,
exactly what
no. I
album he
don't want
going
it because I
to.
know where he's going, and I'm not doing it.
That's an easy win for T. What?
No,
Wow.
no.
Wait, so
Why
just
would I
let
take
me
a deal when I don't have to? It's called
just let
playing
me prove
smart.
to y'all that I'm not capping. So that's pop. That's winner.
Waiting
Who
for the
want to
time to
take who
strike.
wants to take the L? I don't.
That's
You
the
already took
easy
an L.
one, man. That's too
No, I'm
easy.
playing. I'm
Like you
playing. I'm
grab
playing. I'm
one
playing. I'm
album
playing.
from there and it's game. It's over.
Tell the angels no.
Hey,
Out of
take the L, bro,
curiosity,
and then you can
out of
eat.
curiosity, what album were you taking?
21.
I already knew
Yeah,
that.
duh. What?
I already knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have devoured if I got 21. I
Well,
got no rebuttal for you. I'm
I'm
so
not gonna
sorry.
lie. If you would
I
have
got
said, I'm not gonna lie,
I would
I
have
would
said
have.
loud or
I
Yeah,
would have
I
said
would have.
something like Teenage
But I
Dream.
Yeah,
said you
I
would have
would
had
have.
to go
Oh,
Rihanna or something,
crud.
You would have to go Rihanna,
I don't think
or
that's even
teenage,
enough, bro. That
teenage.
21 album, even
But
four is
I'm
not
not gonna
enough. That
lie.
21 was
21,
flawless,
I
dog.
would
y'all don't
have loved.
understand. 21 was crazy.
I would have loved to
Like
hear. I would love to hear 21 versus Lemonade. Even though I think 21 would still win, I would have loved to hear
21's
that.
gonna win, bro. I'm sorry. That album is insane.
But
And then you got
okay,
the numbers behind it. You would have devoured.
so I win. I win. Okay, cool, great.
Yeah, you got that. I gave it to you. I'll give it to you.
All right, bet. Cool, great, positive. Who's next? Okay, we're gonna do random matches next, or do y'all want the same matches from last round?
Random matches,
I want
random,
a random
I
random,
need the
match.
random,
run
random.
back.
I want to see if I get who I
Oh
get.
shit, he trying to smoke tea.
Oh wow, you
Free
need to
tea,
get
by
him.
the
Y'all can
way,
run it
y'all.
back. Brandon left. Brandon left. I'm not playing. I'm good. Y'all
Damn,
can run it back.
Brandon.
No, come on, Royal.
Bro, come on, Royal.
What?
Face me, dog.
What?
Just face me.
Oh shit.
Hold
Okay,
on,
Mo, don't do that.
hold on. All
What?
right, culture, you're up.
Uh-oh.
All right, and your opponent is Mo again.
2 L's in one
What?
day. That's crazy. Let's go.
Damn.
What
Two
the
L's in
fuck?
one day is nuts.
That's crazy. All
Mo to
right,
the
y'all are stepping into the '90s,
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Who?
yeah.
and y'all are going to be debating which '90s rap album is the best.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
GG's.
Oh, I'm
Gee.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Hey, you
sorry.
already know where to
I'm
go.
Culture, you
sorry.
want one?
Wait, wait, wait,
I'll
wait,
give
wait,
you
wait,
one.
wait, wait. I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna stop at rap. It stopped at R&B.
Oh
Oh.
my fucking
Oh, no.
god, bro.
Oh.
Oh, he's
Let's
done.
see ball knowledge.
Oh
Let's see
shit.
ball
All
knowledge.
right. So, which album is the best R&B album in the '90s? You have 1 minute to state your argument.
Come on,
Who's going
Culture.
first?
Ooh, y'all could play the numbers game here, or you could just keep it R&B.
Who's going first?
Y'all about to get nasty. I already know.
Who's going first?
Culture's going first.
I don't know.
Come on, culture. Ball knowledge is
No, I
here,
went
bro.
first
Come
last
on.
time. Fuck no.
Why would y'all not want to take the first pick?
I went first last time.
Oh, fun. Oh, why wouldn't you? Okay.
You just
I was
gave
just
it.
over
You
here
just
trying
gave
to
the
be.
game up.
Hold
All right.
on. Let me set
No,
my
I
phone.
literally went first last time. Nah, hell no. Your turn, nigga.
Oh
That's
shit,
a bad
culture
thing?
crashing, yo. That's
Okay.
not a bad thing. Going first to here is good.
All right. First off, that means that you get first pick. But, okay, cool. Um, Let me see.
Yeah, he go anywhere here.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Let me angle this motherfucker right here. Oh, yeah. We're talking about the best R&B album. I'm gonna hop out a little bit. I'm gonna divert a little bit. Give me My Life, Mary J. Blige,
Yeah, I
personally.
already knew he was going there.
You
GG's.
know? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like this was really kind of like the stamp. We're talking about probably the most the most recognizable face in R&B in terms of like one of the most recognizable faces, especially in terms of the '90s. You had a lot of big superstars, but a lot of people didn't have runs quite like our Mary J. Blige, and I feel like she really solidified that in terms of My Life. I mean, there was not one box that it doesn't check. When in terms of replay
Mm,
value, you got Mary Jane, you got Be Happy, and not even talking
mm,
about how much that she upheld with the soul sampling that she brought up on there. There
mm,
was tons of soul samples. You got soul samples from the Five Stair Steps. You got samples
mm,
from Rick James. You got samples from
mm,
Marvin Gaye. All of them.
mm,
It was just like the epitome of everything that R&B represents, and especially on a mainstream scale. You know what I mean? And it checks the boxes from a number standpoint. It checks the boxes from a cultural standpoint. It's still getting played to this day. There isn't a black person outside of Zach. No, well, that's crazy. But there isn't nobody out there who hasn't listened, probably hasn't heard this album once or hasn't heard a song from this album. And this is really, in my opinion, really how I said was I Want to Be From Somebody was for Whitney Houston's career. This was really pushed Mary J. Blige to the next stage in terms of her career, in terms of everything. So I go with my life.
My life,
Okay.
my life, my life.
In
Okay,
the
Culture.
sunshine.
Culture, what is your
Uh,
album?
damn culture.
Come on, Culture.
Nigga, culture looks like he got
Bro,
easy
I was
shit.
just sitting landing on rap. I can't count.
Culture. There's many albums you can debate, bro.
I'm
You know what I was really gonna go with. I was gonna say Share My World. Because I
Oh,
think
Talk
Share
to
My
Mary
me.
for
World is
Talk to me. Tell
better.
me
Mary.
why it's better.
Mary for Mary. I
I
like to
think
hear this.
I think Share My World is a better project. I think she did better work on the project. And
Mm.
like, you know, I don't have. I'm sorry. I was about to cook that. I can't cook that. I can't
I'm
cook
not
that.
gonna. Did he just quit? Did he just?
Come on, bro. How y'all
Is
not
that a?
cooking
Is that?
that?
Is
Bro,
that a
it's not my
dub?
lane.
Is
It's
that
just
a
not my
dub?
lane.
You could have
Yeah.
said that is Mary's best-selling
No, you know
album.
what? I'm gonna
I
step
don't know what
in.
it sold.
I'm
No,
gonna step
It
in. I'm gonna
sold a
step
lot.
in. I'm gonna
I
step in
can't
for
use.
Culture.
Yeah, I can't use. Yeah, I was
No,
about to
don't
say you.
step in
Yeah,
for him.
you
Don't
should have.
step in for him.
I'll
Did
step
that
in
if
for
You want to
anything.
give
Culture.
him a respin?
Uh-oh.
Why you want
I
to keep
offered
beating
this
on
the first
Culture,
time, and
bro?
he said, "Nah, he's standing on business."
Why
I
you want
wasn't
to
even
keep?
trying to be a hoe because I know we live it with folks. I'm just saying is that like I know I'm kind of like nerdy when it comes to like this old
I'm about to
shit,
say, bro, I'm
and
not.
that
I'm
kind of
not
puts
no.
you at kind of like a. I'm really
Bro,
super
I
nerdy
don't
when
go
it
back
comes
and
to this
forth with
shit. So
no.
I was like,
Yeah, I'm about to
if
say
you
that was
wanted to
off
reach,
my
man, you
rail.
could take it.
I'm fine. We'll just reach, man. You want to keep beating on it.
Maybe if it was like modern, it'd be different.
That's what I was saying. That's what
Yeah,
I was
that was
saying.
hell nah. That's not.
All
I'm not
right.
even holding you to that shit for real.
A said sell. I'm like, nigga, I don't even know what it sold. Nigga.
That's her most commercial
I just
album.
say, I'm
I'm not gonna
I
lie,
ain't gonna
Mo.
lie.
I'm not gonna lie, Mo. If it was me and y'all, would have ran to Miseducation so quick.
I was gonna say the
That's
same
what I'm
thing.
saying. Like, bro,
oh,
I'm saying, I'm not gonna lie. No hoe shit culture. I'm not trying to hoe you. I didn't think I needed it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think I needed it.
Damn.
I knew I didn't need it
yeah.
because I'm like, and it wasn't even for the fact that it was just culture. Once Dog told me he was trying to divert the number one pick as if it was a bad thing, I said, "Oh, he lost. You don't know what he's talking about,
You
right?"
should have said butterfly culture. You would have cooked.
No, that's what I mean. I was like, you had Butterfly. You could have went from like 2 Mariah albums. You got like
Daydream.
2 Mary
Ooh, you
J
would have.
albums. You could have went from anything involving Jodeci. Like
You
that
could
was
have
You
said
could
literally.
have said,
TLC too.
You
yup,
could have even
Jodeci's
went. I
first
was
two
like, I low
albums.
key could have went in the bag. I wanted to go Sade. I really did.
Mm.
But I felt like he was gonna be a bitch ass nigga and pull Miseducation. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh shit.
I didn't expect. I didn't. I felt like he was gonna hit me with a low
See,
ball.
I said I don't know why I don't
I
be
felt I
thinking
would
of
have
that.
took a DG lane and try to get in the bag a little bit, but I felt like he would have lowballed me. For the dub,
See,
he would have snaked me out
I
for the
be
dub.
tweaking
So I
on.
was just
See,
like, fuck
I
it.
think with my mind, I didn't say it because I be tweaking on Lauren. I be thinking more of her on the rep. So I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
I'm trying to
All
see.
right, you want your reach, man? We're gonna do a reach, man. All right, so you guys are taking a dab into the 2010s. All right, now we're on a level playing field. All
Oh,
right,
what? Me and him was running it back.
did it?
Yeah.
Y'all want to? Okay, y'all
I'm
got
down.
20. Yeah, y'all got 2010s,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, crash and chat.
and you guys will be debating what is the best 2010s rap album.
Oh, oh!
Mm.
You want first or not?
Cook
You
up
want first or
culture.
not?
Now I want first.
Now
Oh,
you want first. That's
Now I
nasty.
want
Fuck
first. I
that.
can't.
Nah, Mo.
Now I
Fuck
want
that.
first.
Take first, Mo.
No,
All
no, no.
right,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mo.
no, 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 no. You sure, boy? You
Go
sure?
ahead. Go ahead first. Go,
Uh-oh.
he
go
This
going.
ahead.
about to
I
get
gotta.
nasty,
I got a
chat.
feeling he gonna take your shit.
Let
I
me
ain't gonna lie.
see.
He probably
Let
is,
me
but I
see.
got a counter.
Let me see. You got a counter.
Now this is where we at. Yeah, this is
He
where we
said
at.
this right here.
All right. All
Cook
right.
up, Mo.
All right, so hold
Right.
on, wait a minute. All right, so go ahead. What
I'm
is the
gonna
best?
argue the best rap album. I can. You know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of a different approach. I'm gonna switch it up a
Nah, go
little
for
bit.
the
I ain't even
dub.
gonna
Go
do you
for the
like that because I know
dub.
what album you want. I know what album you want. Give me Culture by the Migos. Let me get my bag a little bit.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Right. So when we're talking about Culture and the Migos, when we're talking about the Migos' impact as a whole, personally, a lot of people, and I always bring this up, is like when hip hop really started to dilute itself around like the late 2010s. I mean, like the late 2000s. You know, a lot of the mainstream stars like Ludacris, Ti, with either
Luda.
venturing into pop rap or venturing into other things. You know, Jeezy was kind of Gucci went to jail. A lot of like the big stars really
We
kind of started to
Gucci.
fall down. And somebody who really
Shout out my
took
man
the
Gucci.
rap game by a chokehold and pushed it to heights. I mean, obviously you had your 21s, Metros, Future, all of that, but who really pushed it to this pedestal for where trap is today and where Migos and a lot of people seriously underestimate, really undershadow like the impact that Migo had. And culture is a perfect example of everything involving the new generation. Personally, you know what I mean. When we're talking about things like it has the replay value. You know, I'm talking about with Bad and Bougie. It has Kelly Price, Brown Paper Bag, T-shirts, everything in terms of that, and for what it represented during its time. It's a cultural defining album. You just can't talk about 2010s trap music without bringing up culture specifically and what it meant during that time. You know, even with Get Right With You, and then you
Mm.
had everything. I feel like it was just the epitome of Migos when they were, you know, at their biggest mainstream wise, when it was all eyes on them and everybody just wanted to be them because of this project drop. People was watching two watches after this. You know, people were still in the lingo. People were dabbing. And like even with the whole ad libs and everything, that album played a huge part into ad lib culture to what we see today as well. I just think it checks all boxes in terms of it's not a box that it don't check. It's a certified classic. The cultural significance is there. The longevity is there. It's really just a timeless album, period.
Mm, okay. All right. So most set the tone. So, Culture, what were you counting with?
Uh-oh.
I got three choices.
Oh
But you
my
know
god.
what? I'm a double down just because you said culture. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go damn.
Okay. Oh,
Mm.
And
okay. I like it. I
I
like
think
this.
this
Okay. I like this. I
I
like it.
think damn, you know, it is a better album. The
Mm-hmm.
storytelling on the album from start to finish, from Blood all the way to Duckworth, and the fact that he made the album to where it could reverse, it can reverse into itself. The impact of him winning the Postler, how critical acclaim it was from not
Mm.
just music fans, the actual people himself, and where he took it to, and the heights he took it to, and then the storytelling from Kendrick. I mean, you got Duckworth, which goes into him talking about how his manager, Top Dog, and his dad had a connection when they were younger, and then that catapulted catapulted them to where they are now, and seeing Kendrick to where he is now, and at the time, because uh, and then the impact it had, it was what the biggest rap album of that year, and the biggest selling rap album of that year, and songs like Humble, DNA, Loyalty. I mean,
Loyalty, loyalty,
gener-
loyalty.
generational, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
you started to also see him take approach to more even, versatility, more him being more versatile with, like, you know doing pop songs, R&B songs, and things of that nature. So I think for that sake, it's a better album and the best album of the decade.
Okay. Can I get a rebuttal?
All right. Hold on. Hold on.
All
Oh
right. Let me
shit,
start off
they
with a quick
crashed in
rebuttal. All
chat.
right. Let's just start. All right. Let's just start knocking down the arguments peg by peg. We're going to start with the last one. It was his most versatile project. I will say that is false. I will say that's clearly good. Get Mad City, because he was doing pop and R&B songs on there as well. Um, but even in terms of like the impact that you was pressing, a lot of those were more so of personal accomplishments and not necessarily cultural impact. I feel like you have to gauge impact in two different ways, rather that's culturally or sonically. And I don't think it was culturally groundbreaking to anybody bit the style off of it, quite like how
Mm.
Culture did. And even, culturally, how big it meant to the people that was listening to it and the progression of it going forward. I just feel like, although it was an extremely big album, you still get Kendrick Lamar without Damn, because Kendrick Lamar, because his most impactful project in terms of culturally and sonically was To Pimp a Butterfly. That was already
Mm.
there. Damn was a really good album, but it was always viewed as the three. Kendrick Lamar was Kendrick Lamar when Damn dropped, right? This really solidified Migos not even into the mainstream, guys they were, but as cultural icons. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And like I said, you feel me? How everything, the whole Migos wasn't even just a rap group at that point. It was kind of like it was an essence. People were actually biting from it. People were using, Migos ad libs and things like that. That impacted the culture. People were dressing like the Migos. They wanted to look like the Migos. They wanted to talk like the Migos. They used lingo like the Migos. He's the one I feel like to a degree globalized Atlanta lingo. You know what I mean? To an extent. And even if you said it was the bigger rap album, does it really hold the weight that culture does when it came to the people that was actually listening to it and how they took it, how they digested that project and used it for music going forward? I say absolutely not, because Kendrick already got albums that really did that. And although it was a really good project sonically itself, we've seen better from him. You can't really argue that. Even so,
Mm.
some may argue you've seen better from the Migos, right? This was the epitome of the Migos altogether. You don't got the Migos without culture, and you don't got 2010s trap, and you don't got trap today without culture. Simple.
Mm.
Mm.
Now, my rebuttal to that is,
Hold
you
on.
can say you can say that Kendrick has done this stuff before and he's done better, but I think he's even if you that's what you think, like he's actually, like, you can tell he's actually had grown with his versatility to, like, maybe on on the production side it might have been like that way, but even that all together and overall, damn, is his most commercial successful album. Like, when it comes to the appeal, and like when you first turn these songs on, like, what it is. Like, what I'm saying, that I mean, of course, DNA, like, you know what that is. And then, I mean, even with a song like that,
Okay.
with the
Okay. Okay.
with it starting with how people was talking about him in general, and him taking that approach, like, not on, like I said, not only the music critics was talking about this, actual news, actual big motherfuckers in this world. So that's why I feel like it has to be the album of the decade, because and of of that year 2017, because
Oh shit.
it was a massive thing. It was so massive, and like so constructed and done well. Even though we've seen Kendrick do so much phenomenal shit with To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City, but it's more grown up of a Good Kid, Mad City, and on a whole nother level from him going to Compton to the world.
Okay. Okay. I
Hold
would
on.
like
Hold
to.
on.
I'm gonna end my
Oh,
argument off on this point specifically. I'm gonna end my argument off on this point specifically. I'm not saying is that not just my opinion. Obviously, to a certain level, the people that it did impact, and I'm pretty sure it did impact their artistry as a whole. But I was really trying to talk about, like, when I was really trying to generalize it, that you can actually see the impact that culture had when it came into the music industry, and not even on top of that, I feel like you can really acknowledge, and I feel like a really good point that I'm really making right here is the fact that culture, we can obviously 2017 was a completely different landscape of hip hop to where it was with 2015 and 2013 when Kendrick had dropped his albums. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And obviously after like the surge of trap music, and trap music became, you know, as global as it did after like the 2015-16 era, we were in a new stage of rap. We had a wholly entirely different a whole new breed of fans after the SoundCloud era and things of that nature. And I just feel like with that surge and how much it represented. When we're talking about albums that represented during that time around the SoundCloud era and things coming from that era, you hear constantly of the Lil Uzis, the Playboy Cardis, because that was the landscape of music at that time. Damn was, although it was really great, it doesn't really fit necessarily into that category. And if you said trap was the thing. Trap was on top, and that's why you had everybody who was surging, coming from up top, everybody who was becoming mainstream, and everybody who really started to surge up in the rap game was taking a trap lane. They was doing alternative and regular trap. That's why you had your Travis Scott. That's why you had your Lil Uzis. That's why you had your Playboy Cardis. That's why you had, even like you talk about guys like Yachty and things of that nature. That's how all them guys took a surge. And I do think culture was really, I think it represents the time of music more. So the people that listened to it, it held more weight. You know what I mean? Than it would have in 2015 and 2013. But not to take away anything from them. It's still a phenomenal project from him. But I do think Culture, from sonically and culturally, was the more impactful project. Although it really is subjective on how you would say the quality of each project. It is two different subgenres, but I will say that is a perfect genre. That is a perfect trap album and arguably a top 10 trap album of all time. And I don't think that you can argue for the genre that or the conscious rap that Kendrick did. He also did it better, but I do think a lot more people did it better as well. And I wouldn't even argue that to be in whatever, subgenre you would place them in, being at the top of that. So give me Culture, yeah.
All right.
Mm.
That was a good debate. Judges, what do y'all think?
I want to go first.
Oh
Um,
shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
Culture,
Hey
I'm
T,
trying.
Don't do that here. We doing something right now. Go ahead.
What? Okay.
Not you. Go ahead.
So, Culture, I just want to say, I'm really surprised that you didn't pick, Butterfly. I thought you was gonna pick that Butterfly. I mean, not Butterfly. I'm sorry.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, I know what you.
No,
That's what I was
no,
going to pick,
no, not
honestly. That's what I was
no.
going to pick. That was my first pick because I know he wanted to go
No.
Kendrick.
I'm talking about not Pepper Butterfly. I meant the same of
Good Kid, Mad City.
no, get out of Kendrick.
Rodeo.
Travis Scott.
Oh, rodeo.
No. Mm-mm.
Astro.
Yes, there you go.
Oh.
Astro
said
Why
we
is
World.
gonna
she
go with
crashing,
I
What?
swear
y'all?
I thought he was gonna go
Oh,
with
you.
that, but and I would have went with you if you would have said Astro World, but you went down and you said, "Damn, I was with you." But Mo had a better argument, just a little bit. But I feel like he kind of got you when he had said you could have said to Pimp a Butterfly, and I totally agree. I think with how Mo was going with it, he was going with it like how it impact, and how influence the industry and stuff like the rap. I feel like you could have said to Pimp a Butterfly, and I think that's what messed you up because I was definitely on your side, Coach. I swear I was on your side because I do think Damn was definitely top tier. But
Mhm.
if we choosing by arguments, Mo, I got Mo.
this nigga Mo
Mm.
happy as hell.
Royal, are you asleep? She probably
You on
is.
mute?
I'm
Damn.
positive she is. All right, Abe, who you got? Who you got with an argument?
I think it was close, very close.
Mm.
But the way Mo was landing his plane, like he was hitting on all the points, like you're still gonna get Kendrick regardless of that album. And the impact, and I think Damn is a better album, don't get me wrong, but it's like we're talking about who debated this better. I think Mo got it by a slight edge.
Okay.
Right, that's what we said.
DG.
Oh,
Did Daryl fall asleep in the web ski?
He definitely did.
Not
God
lacking.
damn, nigga.
Nigga
wait, is he
lacking.
What is this
oh
all white
shit, he
background? This nigga in
slumped.
heaven?
Is he
Nigga,
sleep?
his camera on.
I hope
Yo, he slumped.
his doors better not be unlocked.
I'm about to say
Daryl,
he
wake up.
lacking. Nigga lacking.
No, that
Daryl.
nigga ain't in Inglewood.
You
His
know,
Is it
bed.
still?
he's somewhere out there. He better wake the
He
fuck
better be
up.
somewhere super safe.
It's
He
He
better
still
be
better
on his
light
wake
bed.
down
up for
there.
yeah, it's
All
lights.
right,
Almost
Dior
The
Savage, what
hell?
you
7:30.
got? Dior Savage, what
7:30.
you got?
Sun is
Damn.
out and everything.
Damn, bro.
Who I got? Slight as Mo. I feel like it could go either way though.
That's
Royal,
All right.
who
Kenny.
you got?
She sleep.
Don't tell me she slumped too.
That's
Yeah.
Kenny.
All right,
Yeah.
Terrence, what you got?
Yes, this is Mo's father.
Shut up,
Oh.
bitch. You want
Damn,
to take me
Mo's
to court?
father.
All right, what you
Okay.
got? What you got, Terrence?
Um, I liked both arguments. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting Culture to stay in trap once you pick
Me
Culture.
too.
I wasn't expecting him to go down. But for a trap versus a conscious rap album, this was a good debate.
All right, you know what's
Uh,
crazy? I didn't. I said damn just because it was the same year.
I
I literally.
I'm not
no,
gonna
That's
lie.
I'm
I'm
not
not
literally
gonna
gonna
why
lie.
I
lie.
Hold on.
said that shit.
I
I
fuck
was
with
waiting
this
on you to say
because I
rodeo.
like how he tried to
Right.
match my energy with
That's why I
where I
said
was
double. That's
going
why I
because
said
I
double
was high
down.
key. I said this nigga giving me the first pick. Give me to Pimp a Butterfly because I know he's going Kendrick. But I was like, you know what? Let me
I
see.
thought he was
Let me
gonna
see
go
if I
Travis
can
Scott.
try to land this culture thing over here.
Damn, DG, wake
Okay.
up.
Okay.
That's why. That's why I said something about subgenres earlier. I was like, if we did subgenres
Get
and we actually did
up.
trap, I was like,
We could have did culture versus rodeo, but we still could have did it there if you said it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you would have lost quicker.
Nah,
No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm
I
just
feel like
trolling.
rodeo,
Culture would have
I'm
had it
just
rodeo would
trolling.
have
bad.
gave
I'm
you a
just
run
trolling.
for your
no
money. I ain't
rodeo.
gonna
If
lie.
he
No
would have went
rodeo.
rodeo, if we did trap, I wouldn't have took. I wouldn't have took culture, because I knew he was going to go rodeo. I knew he would have went rodeo. That'd been too easy.
It would have
I
just
would
been
have took
chess.
rodeo. I
DS2
would have.
and
Yep.
shut his ass up once and for all.
Oh shit.
Because DS2
I
is the
would have. I
better
would have.
album,
Cook
and I'm
more,
tired of your bullshit.
cook more, cook more. All right. Okay. So Mo won that one again. So it looks like DG's eliminated from competition because he is
That
incapacitated
man
at the
is
moment.
slumped, bro.
This nigga Mo was on a professional debate team.
So that would leave
Somebody call
Hell
that
yeah,
man
I was in
phone,
the
man.
debate team in college. Fuck nigga.
that would
Shut
leave
Oh
up,
it.
nigga
shit.
ass.
Shut
That would
up,
leave
bitch.
Oh
Yes, you
even
did.
money.
shit. They
Oh, I
crashing,
did.
y'all.
Acknowledge
They
me.
crashing,
No,
y'all.
Shut up. When you beat culture 3 times in a day, you talk shit, bitch.
I beat him in
What?
a
verse.
twice.
I
Damn.
beat him in the verses already. Moved
No,
on.
you didn't.
We're
Damn.
talking about
I
That was
beat you.
debating,
I
not
bad.
helped you,
versus
bitch.
debating.
Yes,
I
I
helped you.
did.
All
What you
right.
beat?
So
What you beat? What coach? Wait, I mean, fuck. What versus you beat me in?
2017 versus 2016.
oh, you
That
talking about that?
bullshit. That
Oh,
bullshit
That
ass
shit don't
versus.
count. That bullshit ass versus, nigga.
Shut up, I won.
That bullshit ass
Shut
versus.
Shut up,
up.
I
uh,
won.
me
Shut up, I
personally, I would
won.
have crashed.
I won. Be a man.
All
Line
right.
more.
So the next
Who's
person
next?
is me. I got one, and it's against Abe
Me?
again.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Run it back. Run it
This
Wow.
back.
really,
So
We need
ironically,
this.
we getting the same
We
motherfucker.
this
need this.
this really is a tiebreaker then because it's 1-1 because he gave me the last one.
Oh my god, that was a generational fumble by. Oh my god, that was a
I'm not gonna
generational
lie,
fumble.
I was befuddled.
That nigga
And I
said,
got
"Oh,
first
can you give
Yeah.
me
pick
a
too.
bar?"
Let's go. Let's go. What is it? I got first pick. What is it?
Hold on. I gotta put the decades back up because I accidentally used the same wheel. But
Hey, and another reason why I didn't go to the Fifth Butterfly, you was gonna start Israel in my ass. I already know. I already know.
Boy, hell no, hell no, hell no. I'm not with these folks. The To Pimp a Butterfly bullshit. I'm
But
not
who?
gonna lie, I didn't hear as much
Are
To
you gonna
Pimp a
pull what Abe's
Butterfly
gonna
hate
pull?
as I did until I got into the chat. I was like, I thought that was a stamped classic. I thought that
what?
shit was borderline indisputable.
Exactly.
What were we talking about?
No, he said he thought I was going to Israel his ass if he went to Pimp a Butterfly. First off, you would have never got the chance because I would have did it first. Number one. Two. Nah. That's a Pimp a Butterfly disrespect is corny as
If
shit.
you went to Bit of Butterfly,
That shit
I
corny as
would have
shit.
went Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, about that. Oh yeah, let me see. Good Kid,
I
Mad City,
That's
or
what I was waiting on. I thought it was gonna be Kendrick versus Kendrick.
or fucking Fantasy.
I did not like. I'm not gonna lie.
I
He
really
he
thought you was gonna
honestly
do
surprised me
the
when
world.
he went down. I would have never expected him to go down.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2000s again, Abe.
Again?
Or you want to respin and try to get something else?
What's the genre? Just out of curiosity.
All right, hold on. Respin it. Um, the genre would be rap.
Yeah, I'm trying to repeat rap. Fucking respin that.
Yeah, it was gonna be 50 again. I knew it.
It was, and I'm not trying to go. I'm not trying to rebuttal that.
I ain't gonna lie. I would have ran straight to graduation. I'm not gonna cap.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
Hey,
my
Teddy, you know
god,
what
this
I'm
nigga's
saying?
cheating for a dub. That's crazy, folks.
It's 1-1. We gotta break the tie. Shit.
This
All right,
nigga said, "Fuck the honor. I just want the bragging rights."
all right. We in
What
the
do we?
90s now. We in the 90s.
Ooh, what do we got?
All right. Let's see. Please don't fucking fail me. Or I'm gonna crash. All right. We are debating 90s R&B.
Mm.
Oh shit.
I
All
already know
right.
what album you're gonna pick, but it's good.
I thought you were going first.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick that album.
What the? You said you were going first.
Oh yeah, no. I'm saying I already know what album you're gonna pick.
Oh, okay. Well, pick your album then. Go ahead.
You already know what album I'm picking, man. Give me Butterfly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is when he goes on a
Actually, you know
tear.
what? That's too easy. That's too easy debate. Give me Daydream.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, go
Give me
ahead.
Daydream. This is about to get nasty. Y'all ready
All
for these
right.
numbers?
Oh my gosh. T, don't bite, don't fall for it.
So Daydream, when Daydream debuted, right? Debuted directly at number one, sold whatever 250,000 copies first week, which was okay. But when Christmas came around that same year, sold another 700,000. It's a big album. We're talking about almost 40 million sold worldwide. The impact that album had, that three-song run from Always Be My Baby, which debuted at number one, and then you had One Sweet Day went number one for 16 weeks and lasted for 27 years. Song of the Decade, One Sweet Day. Let me add that. And then you have Fantasy, which debuted at number one. First female artist to ever do that, debuted at number one for 8 weeks.
Mhm.
She wrote that whole entire album. She co-produced that whole entire album. She had no ghostwriters, nothing. She did the bridge, she did the climaxes on it, she did the arranging of everything. That is a staple R&B album, and that's how I'm going to open my argument.
Okay. I like Daydream. I think we all like Daydream, don't we? We enjoy Daydream
Classic,
for a lot,
classic,
right?
classic.
Yeah, Daydream okay.
We're all fans
Never
of
want to
Daydream.
give you up is better.
Uh-oh.
That was
Who?
I wanna give you up. Never want to let you down.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So Daydream was 95, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm gonna stay around that realm,
Uh-oh.
and I'm gonna say "Crazy Sexy Cool" by TLC.
Mm.
mm,
Okay.
So
I
cool.
got that one. That's a good one.
in the 90s, one of the big things in R&B was the R&B group, and along with Jodeci, TLC was at the forefront, and Crazy Sexy Cool was the main reason for that. And you brought up some good points about longevity and how well Daydream aged. Crazy Sexy
Hmm.
Cool did the same. They just celebrated a 30-year anniversary, and Diamond album as well. And
Hmm.
they're still touring for that album. They got timeless songs like Waterfalls, Creep, Digging on You, Red Light Special. Songs in the R&B genre that will live on and stand the test of time as they have and as we've seen. And I think the peak of TLC as an R&B group, they're literally the biggest female American R&B group of all time. Well, girl group ever. Period. Um, I think Crazy Sexy Cool was literally like what catapulted them into that, and a big inspirational groups that came after them, like Destiny's Child, probably the main one. You know, um, so yeah, I think TLC definitely is in that conversation. I think they do have the best R&B album of said 90s, which was filled with a lot of great R&B albums that you can put in this conversation, but that is definitely the one that I would put at the forefront to get recognized.
I mean, it's a great album, don't get me wrong, but the singing, the vocals were very lackluster on that album. I think the rapping was more stronger on the album than the singing, and I love that album. Don't get me wrong, but if we're gonna talk about like R&B and we want to kick vocals in there, Daydream's blowing that out the water, just off deep cuts. So if we take the singles out of the album, does the album still hold up when you take those big singles out? Because when you talk about Mariah's deep cuts, you got Melt Away, you got Looking In, you got top of my head, it's right there, it's right there. Oh shit, it's right there. Now Forever was a single. That's not a deep cut. When not whenever you call. Oh, When I Saw You, Open Arms, which was a Journey cover, which she did way better than them. So my thing is, if the whole does the whole album still age compared to what Daydream did? Because when you talk about Crazy Sexy Cool, not everybody's going to talk about the deep cuts. I don't think anybody's naming deep cuts when they talk about Crazy Sexy Cool. They're going straight to the singles. So I feel like Daydream aged better because people still listening to it and it's still trending, especially on TikTok. As for Crazy Sexy Cool, I really haven't heard a song off that album trending in years. So I don't know. That's just me.
All right. So off the first point you brought up, which was vocals, I think, there's people Most notably, the one that Mo just debated earlier, Mary J. Blige, who does not have the strongest vocals at all, but she still was able to provide three classic R&B albums in a row in the '90s that literally stood the test of time and are 30 plus years old and still getting played today. Same,
Mm.
same with the late great Aaliyah. We all know Aaliyah wasn't the best of singers, but she still
Hmm.
gave us cohesive albums that we still play today. And you're talking about Deep Cuts and Crazy Sexy Cool. You have something wicked this way comes. You have Case of the Fake People. You have Switch. You have Kick Your Game. Like there are deep cuts on this album that are great. And of course, we're not. I'm not comparing TLC's vocals to Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is a locked top two singer of all time. That was never a
Mother.
comparison. You know what I'm saying? If Mary J. Blige can put out three classic R&B albums in a row, I don't really hold vocals that highly. If you're giving me a classic like that three times, and
Mm.
and TLC did this two times in a row. I'm not a fan. I'm not Fan Mail is a cool album, but I'm not going to say like, oh, it's on the level of the two before it. TLC did back to back albums where they did not have the best vocals, but they did good enough to give us classic songs and classic albums in that time period. You know what I'm saying? So, and as far as today goes, you can say that you don't hear as much TLC, Crazy Sex Cool deep cuts, but you're still going to hear that album regardless. You know when Waterfalls comes on, you know what album that's from. When Creep comes on, you know what that album is from. Digging on You, you know what that album, you know what that song is from. Kick Your Game, Creep, Red Light Special, most definitely. Like it really doesn't matter to me if you're singing your best if everything else around it, like the production, the flow, the lyrics, the writing, everything around it is flowing very well. As long as you're doing all of that, I don't care if you got the best vocals. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're good enough. And at the end of the day, they're in a studio, so anything can be, you know doctored to sound better. Like that's been around for years. So
Mm.
best voice is not really a factor to me because it's gonna get tampered with anyway. Not saying about I don't know if Mariah did that with hers. I don't know. I can't speak for
Mm-mm.
that. I can't speak for that. But I'm not gonna be delusional. I know TLC has had that done with them before. A lot of people have. But it's good music. Good music is good music at the end of the day.
And I'm gonna jump back where you said Mary and Aaliyah aren't strong singers, yet people still, were buying the albums and everything. Majority of Mary's early 90s stuff was carried by covers and samples. So people are already familiar with the song. There's just like a new voice to it. So that was easy for her to already get attached to when it came to the whole. She didn't have to be vocally strong or anything. And Aaliyah was carried by great production. And I'm a big Aaliyah fan, but she's always had great production her whole career. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. Like I said, the vocals were lackluster on Crazy Sexy Cool, and if we really get down to it, other than them just singing and performing those songs, they really didn't contribute much to that album. They didn't write anything. They had strong producers. So, and then didn't they get hoed out of that album, if I'm not mistaken? Sold 10 million copies and they didn't get shit from it. They
So that
get
was
they got
they,
they
they had
they
a
got
bum
gifted
label.
RAV4s.
They had a bum label.
Eh.
Wasn't they
Like
fault.
I said, Daydream stood the test of time. People are still talking about it. It's still selling copies to this day. It's tripled the sales of Crazy Sexy Cool. The songs on there are staple songs. Don't get me wrong. The singles on Crazy Sexy Cool, great. But the songs on Daydream aged better if we're going single for single. That's just my opinion.
Okay. So what were the how many singles were on Daydream?
You have Fantasy, Always Be My Baby, One Sweet Day, Underneath the Stars, and Forever. And then I think Open Arms was a single too.
Okay. So I would say out of how many was that? Five?
Five and three went number one.
Okay. So I'm gonna say out of those five, I feel like three aged the best. I feel like as far as the singles from Crazy Sexy Cool, you had Waterfalls, Timeless, Creep, Timeless, Red Light Special, Timeless, Digging on You, Timeless. Like those sing. I feel like those singles are better than Daydream singles. If we're talking about overall, you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, the Daydream singles broke records though.
And
We're going to get to that.
then you said Daydream's first week sales were what?
240, but if we go fast forward to the first week of Christmas of 95, it sold over 750,000 in that one week. And then
Okay,
overall, it's touching 40 million worldwide. And this is before
okay,
streaming era.
okay. Well, like I'm not really a numbers guy,
They
but
did around
uh,
11 million worldwide, somewhere. I mean, like 12 million maybe.
I'm not a numbers guy, but like from my knowledge, from what I'm reading, it says TLC sold 77,000 first week, and fast forward today, it's a diamond album. So I don't really
That's
like.
good.
I don't see how that would really come into my argument, but that's just something I just want to throw out there. Well, like I said, it's nothing against Daydream. Great album, phenomenal album. I have it on vinyl upstairs, so it's nothing against it. But I think Crazy Sexy Cool was just, even though you want to say they had people working around it, I mean, that's everybody in music. Everybody has a team behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Whether they doing everything or whether they co-writing it, co-producing, don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a team. Y'all favorite artist probably has a team with them. They might not be doing the majority of the work, but they still doing work regardless. Our artists can't do everything. There's some that do,
That's
there's some
true.
that don't.
Can
So,
I ask a
you
question
know,
Oh
before we,
shit.
before we end this?
Oh shit.
If you don't mind me asking, right?
Abe's
So you're
crashing,
saying
y'all.
I'm about to in a second. You're saying Crazy Sexy Cool is the best R&B album of the 90s? That's your opinion?
Oh shit.
yes,
Free R.
Okay.
Kelly.
And it came out in 94, correct?
yes.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
So do you think it was even the best album that year? Because I could have sworn Mary J. My Life came out that year. If you don't mind me
Oh,
asking.
that's
Free R.
Mm.
definitely.
Kelly.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. That's a conversation that I have all the time. So I would debate that. I don't. It really wouldn't matter to me if you
Because
landed on
if we
Mary,
look
but
at Daydream came out in 95. I can't tell you an album that was better than that album that year. No R&B album was topping that. But you have a debate going three ways because you could say Boys to Men album was better that year or
nah, I
Mary
can't do that.
J.
The Boys to Men.
Mariah had no competition when it came to the R&B that year. So there was
I
some good
mean,
albums, great albums, don't get me
so
wrong,
that
but
would
on
kind
that
of.
level, I don't think no one was touching that album.
But I
Just my
mean,
opinion.
that would kind of be. I mean, shit. 90. If you got no comp in 1 year, wouldn't that make you look bad if you're not going against
I
nobody?
mean, if you look at it, well, I got you. Watch this. So what came out in 95? You had Faith Evans' debut album came out in 95. I
Okay.
think Escape came out in 95. D'Angelo came out in 95. Jodeci came out in 95. You got big names coming out in 95. I'm trying to think. Waiting to Exhale soundtrack came out in 95. Um, damn. There's a lot of albums in 95. Shit, if we're going all genres too, there's Mobb Deep came out in 95, Pac came out in 95,
Mhm.
and she was still topping everybody that year. Crazy Sexy Cool, I mean, it had the sales, but people were saying Mary had the better album that year.
And there's
So,
people, but I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm not mad if you say Mary. But at the end of the day, we're talking about the year of 1994 alone. Those were the top two. Those were the top two R&B albums that were being talked about.
I
Mm.
guess.
You want to throw Boys to Men in that combo? I think you're wrong, but I'm not mad at it. You want to put Brandy in there? I'm not mad at you at it, and it's not
Mm.
necessarily wrong.
Mm.
And then
But
Aaliyah dropped that debut album
at the
too. So I mean,
at the end of the day,
there was a lot of it's a debate.
but this is the thing though.
Oh shit.
Did
Ugh.
those albums move R&B like Crazy Sexy Cool did? No, they didn't.
Mm.
I think. Wait, you're saying My Life didn't move R&B?
No, I'm talking about the ones you tried to name after My Life. My Life is
Oh,
fine.
so Aaliyah's debut that sold 3 million copies first couple months didn't move R&B? Or
Did she
Boyz II Men's Diamond album that had two songs on there that stayed at number one for more than
did Aaliyah win
14 weeks?
did Aaliyah win a Grammy off that album?
Did she
Not that
win
I
a
know of,
Grammy off the
no.
album, nigga?
Not that I
No.
know of, but I know Boyz II Men won Grammys off that album, and they also had two number ones.
TLC won
So
too.
it's a debate. It's a debate for who actually had the better album that year.
TLC won too,
I
nigga.
think we should focus on who had the better album in '94 before we go to Mariah's like
94,
prime
nigga.
album.
But
Then
I
we can
mean,
really
like,
open that debate.
if Crazy Sexy Cool is at the forefront, is it don't matter if it's competing with somebody or not, it's at the forefront. In '95, you named all of these people, but you literally just said nobody dropped in '95.
Mm.
So
Eh.
what you're saying is the people that dropped weren't comp to Mariah. Is what you're saying. So you
Oh no,
might
I
as
said
well
they
go
dropped
to.
in 95. I just said her album was bigger than everybody. She had no competition, meaning she blew everybody out the water. Not saying they weren't great albums, it's just her stood out way more. In 94, there was a couple albums that stood out before, we say we're not gonna hesitate and everyone's gonna agree, say, oh, crazy, sexy, cool. When we say 95, everybody's 9 times out of 10, we're saying daydream.
Mm.
When we go to the 94 debate, it's gonna be mixed reviews.
Mm.
That's
That
just
just
that's just
that just
me.
I mean that means it's just a great year for music at that point.
Great
You know
year,
what I'm
great
saying?
year.
It was a great year for music. I mean, if
Great
you want,
year, meaning they didn't stand out enough to be better than the rest, but
well,
great
I
year.
mean, I feel like if you're gonna win 2 Grammys off of it, you stood out somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Two Grammys
You
and
know,
three RAV4s, but yeah, I get it.
'cause
Ooh.
I mean, you drive a Toyota Cooler, man. It don't matter to me.
I mean,
Shit.
if I'm going
Mm. Don't
diving, I
matter
better
to
have a
him.
fucking Mercedes or a BMW in the driveway. You gave
I
me a
mean,
RAV4
shit.
base model? Like, come on, with alloy
I
wheels? What are
mean,
we doing?
don't that give you or if you win 2 Grammys in a Rav4?
Look at
Two
Mm.
these niggas
two
scrapping.
Grammys, two Grammys. Wait,
You win-
2 Grammys and filing bankruptcy the next week is crazy, but could.
I mean,
Mm.
shit. You got
Album
to
was
go.
how's that album big and y'all couldn't even say y'all careers with that? Come
I
on.
mean,
Mm.
I mean,
When
shit. I mean,
Mariah
It
dropped
it was
Daydream,
different
bro, it was
times.
I
different.
mean, kids make dumb decisions. You know what I'm saying? They learn
And
from
Shit,
mistakes. They
Mariah didn't
learn
get
from
hold
Mariah
out her
Carey was
contract.
always
But
was
She didn't
on
get hold out her contract.
I'm gonna close my argument out saying, no disrespect to Daydream, man, one of the best albums of the '90s. I just feel like, Crazy Sexy Cool. I feel like it's a bigger influence on the R&B genre. You know, the longevity going on 30 years,
Wait.
crazy. Um, I think that what they did with that album and how big it transcended and how well it aged, I think no album is topping that in the '90s. That's just me.
Is
That's
TK
all
trying to
I'm
join?
closing out.
My closing argument is
We can set up me.
we're 30 years later when that album dropped. Its songs are still trending on the internet. People are still doing dances to those songs. One Sweet Day is played at every fucking funeral. Fantasy is played at damn near everywhere you think of. Everyone plays Always Be My Baby. Everybody knows the lyrics. You can't understand T-Boz on Creep when she gets to the bridge. You gotta Google those lyrics. I know what
That's
she's saying, but a
crazy.
lot of people don't know that.
That's
But
crazy.
Mariah knows how to enunciate her words. But that's my closing argument. If
That's crazy.
somebody could tell me the bridge on Creep, I'll give you Cash App $10 quickly. What
That
does
was a
T-Boz say?
On the hook,
Nope, on the bridge.
on the bridge.
Quickly. Because she don't know how to enunciate her words.
Judges, what y'all got, man?
but that was a long ass fucking debate. I can't.
It
yeah.
was. It was.
But I want to say this.
That was a
Uh-oh.
Hall of Fame
I
debate
got
right there.
I got T on
Niggas
this
had a
one
conversation. Fuck that.
because I feel like if we're gonna talk about albums, especially of the decade, Impact should be like the top tier of what makes that album the top of the decade. And I think cool sexy cool so whatever the fuck um that shit had a very lot, it was very impactful,
Hmm.
especially for R&B groups. So I'm with T with that. I think that Abe had a little bit of good arguments, but it was just starting to get to the point where it's showing that you only care about numbers and
I
Oh
only
not.
brought
shit.
numbers up one
Oh,
time, but
oh
good.
shit. Oh
No,
shit.
don't know. You
I
put
talked
them
about
numbers
I
up
talked about the
because why you
writing, I
lying like
talked
that?
about the production, I talked about the overall trending of the song. I got
Yeah,
away from the
okay,
numbers
yeah,
quickly.
yeah. You talked about all of that, but most of your stuff was about numbers,
That's crazy.
and you're not
It is
thinking
what it is.
about what. Yeah, cause she might have
T,
had
give me
a.
three. Hey, T, while I got you on the clock, give me three deep cuts from Crazy Sexy Cool, and you got this.
I you got red light special.
Can you
You
cam up
got
when you tell me, please?
red light special.
Anyways,
You
next
got
judge.
creep. Then you got after
Those aren't
creep.
deep cuts. Those are
You
singles, but
got
you got that.
waterfall.
Those are singles.
Waterfall ain't no damn single.
No, Waterfalls.
What?
It's a single. Waterfalls is a singer. I
That's a
can't.
big ass song.
That's probably their biggest song. That's a
No,
singer.
what? I thought it was Creep, but I
Nah,
guess
nah.
so because Waterfalls that
Creep is
video
a
made.
single too, though. Creep is a single too. But
Waterfall's got a whole music video.
It don't matter, because Mariah Carey don't got no fucking movie. Where her movie at?
oh shit,
Yeah.
Glitter? We're talking about
Oh
Glitter? Where's
shit.
TLC movie?
Oh,
Mariah's in Glitter. She's in Precious. She's in 12 Years a
bye.
Slave.
I'm
What are we
not
talking
talking about her
oh
about?
being in them
she
or not.
talking
I want
about a
to.
biopic. She
Where
talking
is
about a
her
biopic.
documentary?
A
That bitch ain't
biopic.
got
Her
no
career is still
documentary.
going. Her
Wait,
career didn't
hey,
stop when Left Eye
Damn,
died.
she
What are we
said
hey,
nobody
you
doing?
want
want
to
to be
know why she
Mariah.
doesn't have a
That's
documentary?
crazy.
Because that bitch
Because
don't
what?
need one. She ain't never had no fucking issues in a day of her life about anything
Oh
when it came to
god.
music. Let's
Okay,
really
they
Oh,
talk
yeah,
that
you
they
shit.
don't
they
know what you're talking
they,
about then. You know
they
about
crashing.
Glitter or Tommy Mottola, but next.
They crashing. All right,
Next.
all right, Culture. Who you got, man?
She got me tweaking.
I think. I think T got you, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Her?
Yeah, T got you. But it was a
Facts.
great debate. It was a great
That
debate.
was cool. That was a nice ass debate. I ain't gonna lie. Mo, who you got? Mo Harkless.
Ooh, my fault, my fault. I'm not gonna lie. Give me Terrence Crawford on that. I think
Uh-oh.
Abe was on the offensive. A lot of that, Abe put up a lot of great points. I feel like he was on the offensive, and I feel like T did a really good job of not really giving into it and sticking to the topic and creating his point. He made a lot of great counter arguments, this, and that. And although, yeah, I do, I just think he handled it really well. He laid out his argument flat, and I felt like he went into more range. I don't know. I feel like he ranged that his arguments had more range in terms of why the project was better. Although Abe did really mention a lot of stuff, but a lot of them were kind of just quick. Here, let me say this, go on, and with
Mm.
with the arguments that T had, he showed you the cultural impact. And even when you said, "Oh, the vocals wasn't great," he brought up the Mary J's and things of that nature, saying there's a lot more elements to R&B. You can still have an
Mm.
impact, and you can still thrive with not having the great vocals, as long as as long as you excel in other ways. And yeah, I do think it's a slight edge. Like if it was like if T got like, I mean, if Abe got like an 8, T got a 9, or like an 8.5. I do think this was like a nail biter. This was a great debate, but I would personally lean T.
Mm.
All right, Kenny.
Same. I would probably give the slight edge to T. Only because of the fact, like I said, I don't really care.
Bitch, you're not in Italy, nigga. Speak.
Shut up, bitch. Anyways, as I was saying, Josh Sweat is washed, by the way. But
Bunker chasing
nah,
waterfall.
can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I was saying, like I said, I'm not really too big on like who has like the greatest vocals in the world. As long as like the work is great. Um, it's a lot of these artists out here that don't really have like the best vocal ability, but they still make great albums. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
and like T said, like even though to me, Crazy Sexy Cool is mid.
Oh, shit.
I still it's still what I'm saying, it changed the game.
Are we
So
still
I'll
waiting on
give
somebody, bro? Am I tripping?
no
No.
bitch. Let me finish talking. Anyways, nah, Crazy Sexy Cool. It changed the game for R&B. So
Mhm.
granted, Daydream is a great album. Not taking that shit away from Mariah.
Uh,
Like I said, it sold a lot of numbers, and I'm
40 million.
not really big on numbers like that. Um, but nah, but he got me on when he said you don't have to have the greatest vocals in the world. Look at Rihanna.
Oh, shit.
No shade. And look at Mary J. Blige.
Oh, shit.
Type shit. TK. Gregory.
And we go with
Simmons.
government names.
Gregory Simmons, the third.
Oh, shit.
I don't even think he was here the whole time, so he probably don't even count away. Yeah, but that's a nice ass debate. I ain't gonna lie. We should do this again next week. I'm not gonna cap
Oh God, I like this. I like this a lot.
because I feel like
Me too.
with so many albums in these decades, I feel like we can actually put some albums that are slept on an actual platform to be talked about and put
Yeah.
against their albums. You know what I'm
Hell yeah.
saying?
Hell yeah.
So I
You know what I'm
like this.
saying?
I
Culture
hope
can get his rematch.
this was a last minute idea, by the way. I did not think of this like ahead of time at all. This is like so last minute. I didn't think it would work, but it actually did. Um,
W.
but yeah, that's gonna conclude the show. We hit the 2 hour mark too. I want to end it now because our last 2 episodes have been over 4 hours. So
Damn.
we gonna end it here. Appreciate y'all for coming out and camming up. This is our first all cammed up episode. Love to see it. We should get this going next week.
Yeah.
Uh, Shout out to everybody who pulled up. Shout out to Brandon from the corner, even though you didn't stay along.
We should have
Shout
put
out,
over and unders on Brandon.
Yeah,
shout out.
I'm telling you, he deserves to put he deserves a parlay being put on him, bro.
I
Like
gave him a parlay last time. I said 15 minutes. He beat it by like a couple minutes.
everybody, next episode, put your parlays in on FanDuel, DraftKings, all that prize picks on Brandon if he on his cam up, and then how long he stays on the show. Y'all know where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Royal before she fell asleep. She debated even though she didn't want to. That was a dub.
She
Um,
did say free R. Kelly though.
Shout out to T for coming back. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all got anything y'all want to say? Shout out to y'all social medias.
Damn, no
Oh,
shout out. No shout out is crazy.
let me say this.
Shout out to Jared.
Appreciate it,
Oh
man.
shit.
Appreciate it, man.
Because I didn't say this on the blueprint. I did attend, Grand National, GNX tour. You know what I'm saying? We got some special content, and when this content does come out, I want y'all to know if y'all was there at the GNX tour, y'all know in Charlotte, it was raining, thunderstorming like fuck. So I got the interviews I got, and apologize to like some of the people I interviewed that like videos just didn't save my shit. I'm sorry.
Come
Like
on, bro.
I apologize. Like the weather was so bad I couldn't charge my phone the whole show. So yeah, I'm sorry. Like I fuck with y'all, love y'all. Y'all was lit.
Mhm.
I love you, Scissor.
Damn.
Love you to fucking death. Hey, then the goat K Dot. You feel me? But yeah, we got some content on the way. We got some super content on the way. So, YKTS coach, y'all know where to go.
Oh
Google me.
shit.
Google me, Chuck.
He said he got a gaggle of bitches.
Anybody else?
You know it.
You'll already
Billy.
know it's Mo the Don,
Oh,
aka
I
Mo
do want to
300
see.
Don, aka the
Oh
baby daddy
shit.
of
He
the year.
about to
Make sure you
crash.
follow me on
Yeah.
all platforms. Mo 300, stay in school, don't do drugs. Uh, Shout out
Heavy
to
on the don't do
go find a
drugs.
Packers fan near you, give him a $10, he deserves it. And
And we will all
Josh
see,
Sweat,
and
Defensive
we will
Player of the Year.
and the blueprint and
Go
the Kennedy Euro
Cardinals.
podcast. We will see y'all niggas at the
Shut up, no, we
DreamCon.
won't.
Shut up, Mo. Anyways, like I said, we will see all you niggas at the DreamCon, the Blueprint podcast, and the Kennedy Yard podcast. We will be doing public interviews, so be on the lookout for that.
It
And
is
yeah,
up.
Shout out to the 17-time world champion Los Angeles Lakers. Tell y'all teams to keep up.
I thought he was going to say John Cena. I swear to God, I thought he was going to say John Cena.
Same
And y'all
shit.
stay
Same
tuned.
shit. Same shit.
Y'all
also,
locked the date for May
also
17th.
one more thing.
Same
We
shit.
got
Shout
something
out to
special
Put it
coming.
Tyrese.
down.
Also, shout out to Tyrese Halliburton.
Damn.
You thought that was funny?
Yeah, but
That
y'all
was
locked the
Collab.
date for May
crazy.
17th.
You
Got
thought that
something
was
special
funny?
coming for y'all. Y'all
That
stay
was funny.
tuned for that.
You said May 17th?
I
Who
mean,
said free R.
May
Kelly?
17th. Yeah, May 17th.
That's the day before my birthday. That's crazy.
Oh
Free R.
shit.
Kelly.
Cook.
Like more,
Once again, I love you, Scissor.
we're the blueprints. We out there, man. Like